What is? What are you guys discussing? Something going on?
Kellen Winslow putting his bike down like an idiot.
Oh.
With no helmet.
Obviously, you're talking about that because of Ben Roethlisberger?
Yes.
Yes.
Stuck on stupid.
Kellen Winslow is,
Jeez.
Kellen Winslow is out for his career pretty much, right? Because of his motorcycle accident?
Yeah, I pretty much...
He's not coming back.
Nah.
Same thing happened to Jason Williams in the NBA, and Ben Roethlisberger being, as you say, stuck on stupid, Terry.
Yes.
Got in a motorcycle accident yesterday without a helmet.
Stuck on stupid again.
And I'm reading about his injuries. It's not like he could have looked any worse, so he doesn't have to worry about his facial fractures and his lost teeth. He's not a handsome guy.
Well, maybe now he can get plastic surgery to get repaired and he can be a Adonis.
So this is the best thing that could ever happen to him, is what you're saying.
Sure.
See, I was rooting for like some really hurt knees or something like that. I'm sorry, I have to be honest.
That's fine.
I'm not rooting for any critical injury that threatens his life,
right.
But I want him to be out for at least the season, Terry. He deserves it for riding a motorcycle without a helmet.
Yeah,
he deserves it.
I know.
And I'm really actually pissed off this morning that he's not hurt worse. He got off easy. After his coaches, everybody told the big dummy, the big doofus. That's a good way to describe him because he looks like a big doofus. He looks, when you look at his face, well, I don't know what it looks like now, but when you looked at his face. Just previously on Ben Roethlisberger, when you looked at his face, he looked like a big doofus. I mean, like the definition of big doofus.
Big doofus!
Yeah, he had a big old jaw and everything.
Yes.
No longer. That jaw's all cracked up.
That's cracked and shattered, and hope it hurts.
It should.
I really do hope it hurts.
I'm sure it does.
Because he rode a motorcycle without a helmet like an idiot, like a big doofus.
Gosh.
And they were saying yesterday knee injuries, and I was very excited to hear that.
Yeah, they were speculating.
And now they've taken that back.
Oh, sorry.
How do you take back knee injuries? You promised me knee injuries.
I don't call them up and say, wait a minute. Call the hospital.
Knee injuries is what we needed here to get him out for at least a season, Terry.
Yeah.
Facial fractures may cause him to miss some of the season, if not all of it.
Sure.
But it may not, and that's not good enough. I want some significant football-related injuries.
Well, maybe this is his karma for winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, a lot of bad things are going to happen to the Steelers because they cheated.
Right.
Even though it wasn't necessarily their fault that they cheated.
Yeah,
They didn't, unless they were part of the cheating conspiracy. Something happened there that resulted in cheating and resulted in the Steelers winning that game when they didn't deserve to win. Now, I don't know if the Steelers were part of it. I don't think so. I think maybe the refs were influenced by the fans that were there. There were 99% Steeler fans. Or, yes, we always have now talked long and hard about how one of the referees was directly born, raised, and living in Pittsburgh. What kind of crap is that? We've gone through that a million times, Terry. So I'm not going to say that the Steelers were part of the conspiracy. I'm not going to say that they influenced the officials. But bad stuff needs to come their way nonetheless. And if this is the start of that, beautiful. Beautiful. Couldn't be happier. I could not be happier hearing about Ben Roethlisberger riding around Pittsburgh on his motorcycle without a helmet and crashing. Couldn't be happier.
Makes it better because it's his own fault.
Yeah, I have a hard time feeling sorry for a guy who's watched many an athlete before him get career-ending injuries, and he still makes the decision to ride his little motorcycle without a helmet. I don't feel sorry for a guy who the greatest quarterback in the history of the Steelers comes right up to him in training camp last year and tells him you can do all the motorcycle riding after your career is over. Don't ride the stupid bike. And he just looks at the guy who's got all the history and all the legacy, that man being Terry Bradshaw, who told him, stop riding the bike, stupid.
Yes, he did. I remember that.
And he looked his hero in the face and didn't even care what he had to say.
Laughed at him.
Yeah, I'm Ben Roethlisberger. I'm indestructible. Well, now you look like an idiot.
Right.
And I couldn't be happier. Actually, I could be a lot happier if his knees were completely blown out. Blown out.
Because he could still play.
Yeah. What am I saying? I couldn't be happier. I could be a lot happier. He got off easy.
It's a warning shot.
Well, he doesn't deserve warning shots. This should have been the real thing. Facial fractures. What does that mean to him? Guy looked like a big doofus.
I'll just get a makeover.
Unbelievable. Steeler fans are calling in right now.
Are they?
Can't believe what I'm saying. They have to check their ears. Check their radios.
Here, let me check my volume.
Am I hearing what I think I'm hearing? Absolutely hearing what you think you're hearing. Guy should have been hurt a lot worse. I'm actually going to say a prayer right now that his injuries get worse.
Oh, jeez.
To whoever is controlling the situation, Lord, whoever is on top of this one. I don't think you give this one to the man upstairs, Terry.
It's definitely
This is too big.
Bob Wagner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please, somehow, as Ben Roethlisberger sits in his hospital room right now, please allow the injuries to get that much more severe. Whatever is required, any kind of divine intervention of whatever kind. He seems like he's recovering quicker than I had hoped, and it seems as though that his injuries aren't as bad as they could have been. Please allow something to happen that makes them that much worse.
But you don't want as severe as the late Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, no, I don't want him to die.
Right.
I want him to suffer. That would be too easy. I want him to. Well, the facial thing's got to hurt a little bit,
well,
but the hurting is. I want him to have to miss the entire season at least.
Right.
Maybe his career.
Oh.
Maybe he can come back. Yeah, here's my prayer.
Okay, well,
let me continue my prayer.
The first one.
I would like him to miss 2.5 seasons.
Oh.
Because of his stupidity. I would like him to come back mid-2009. And come back nearly, just about with 40% of the skills that he had. Not that he was that great to begin with. He was pretty good. Overrated, but pretty good. And he was only in his second year, so he probably would have improved. Those improvements are gone if my prayers are answered. And a huge regression in talent is the result of these injuries as he gets on the field in about 3 years and realizes he can't really do what he used to be able to do because of his injuries due to his motorcycle accident. Yes, these are my hopes.
You want him to come back to arena football, or are you okay with the NFL?
I would like him to try the NFL again and then realize that he's third string, second string, maybe a capable backup, that kind of role. He gets in a mop-up role, does pretty nice, but not nearly what he had hoped out of his career, yes. So the knees, I want to focus on the knees right now.
All about the knees.
Ligaments that are hanging on, apparently, I want them to snap.
Whoa! How does that sound?
Snap.
Oh.
And suffer. Wow. For his terrible lack of judgment. Thank you very much.
I don't get what the whole thing with athletes and the motorcycle. Let's be cool without the hello.
Well, Terry, I've ridden a motorcycle in my life, and it's more than just a look at me, I'm cool thing. It's a lifestyle kind of thing, but you got to understand that you are with a man with some semblance of responsibility towards your teammates and yada yada. He doesn't care about that because he just knows he doesn't have to play that well because the referees will fix any playoff or Super Bowl games that he's in because the Steelers are like America's team or something like that.
He's got his ring. Who cares, right?
Regardless of whether these prayers of mine are answered or not, I truly believe that this is the first dropping in a series of mishaps that the Steeler fans and the Steeler organization is going to have to deal with. That's the karma you get when you cheat in the Super Bowl! I hope it hurts! Don't you hope it hurts, Adam?
Yeah.
Adam's very upset. He's a big Steeler fan, Terry.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What's up, T-Man?
Don't you hope it hurts, Adam? Don't you hope that his injuries get worse like I do?
T-Man, your prayer sucks, man. It's like your team.
My prayer sucked. Well, my prayer hopefully... doesn't matter if a prayer sucks or if it doesn't, as long as it's answered. That's all I care.
You're the best DJs in this planet, man.
Oh,
you're a great DJ.
I love being one of the best DJs in the planet, Terry. He is.
But you know what, though, man?
Yes.
He's a warrior. He'll be back.
He's a warrior, and I'm a dish jerky, Terry. So
the refs maybe screwed up on the game.
Yes, I'm glad you admit that the refs screwed up on the game, and the Seahawks are really the owners of the Lombardi Trophy. It's just being held by the Steelers.
They're a good team, but they're second rated. And they're number 2. We got number 1, and we're going to do it again.
Okay, well, your number 1 has no teeth. He's got a broken jaw, and he's got facial fractures. And they said knee injuries, Terry. They promised me knee injuries in early reports yesterday.
Yeah, but they pulled them back, like you said.
How do you pull back knee injuries? You can't promise me knee injuries and then take them back.
Well, they did.
What kind of business are you running here?
I know.
You can't promise me knee injuries and then not deliver.
Damn refs.
The refs threw the flag, and after further review, he has no knee injuries?
That's right.
That sounds familiar.
Yes. That's what happened.
Man. Yes, Josh.
Yeah, man. It's, they tell us he has knee injuries and all that, and then they take it away from us. We're all excited, man. It's just like the Super Bowl. It's screwed up.
We got screwed again.
Oh, jeez. Are you going to put up another sign now?
Terry, did you see the replay of what happened there on the streets of Pittsburgh? There should be knee injuries. Where are the knee injuries?
Jeez. There goes another T-Man sign. Jeez.
Yeah, my son's going to say, don't promise me knee injuries and don't deliver.
Then we get to see some stupid heroic comeback, like his first game back.
Oh, I don't want to see his first steps out of the hospital. I don't want to see him getting into his car and waving to the stupid little Steeler fans that are lined on the street and adjacent to the hospital. I don't need that nauseating crap.
Let's have him ride his motorcycle back home. Oh, it's in pieces.
The T-Man.
Everyday chores make up the top 5 ways people get hand injuries.
Ow!
Here's what they are and how to avoid them. There's
I get hand injuries, Terry, but I wouldn't necessarily consider it an everyday chore. I mean, it's not on the chore list, per se.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But it does bring about a little carpal tunnel, you know what I'm talking?
I guess so.
Oh, it is. And obviously you know what I'm referring to.
I do.
Okay.
It's not something you need to put on your to-do list.
No, it's
You
already
just
on
know.
his list.
It's on your mental to-do list every day.
It's in your mind.
Every day, the more I'm yes.
Everyday chores make up the top 5 ways people get hand injuries. And here's what they are and how to avoid them.
Oh, that's
There's
very
grocery bag strain. Choose plastic.
Yes.
I'm sorry, paper over plastic.
Sure.
Bagel hand.
Oh.
Use a special slicer and don't slice frozen ones. Washing dishes.
Bagel hand, Terry.
Bagel hand.
Yes. I know you're a very big fan of the bagel.
Oh, I
I
am.
thought he was still talking about the grocery one.
Yeah, I
did too at first.
think he did too. Why didn't he correct himself?
Too deep in.
Is that what he was? He was too deep?
Yeah.
let it go.
Yeah.
Just let it go. No one will notice.
Right. If I just slide on by.
Bagel hand. And make sure to spread plenty of cream cheese on your bagel.
When you carry that loaf of bread, be careful.
Don't be a bagel lady.
Use a special slicer and don't slice frozen ones.
Frozen bagels.
Yeah. As soon as he went into the slicing thing, he realized he couldn't backtrack.
You couldn't backtrack.
No.
I think you got to backtrack there, Terry.
Well,
I mean, there's little flubs that you want to gloss over, and then there's bagel hand when you need to say the word bagel and you say bagel. You got to backtrack.
I understand that, but as you guys thought, he probably thought he was still talking about the grocery bag.
Right.
And then when he realized, slice and bag doesn't quite go.
You think some writer backstage on the news set got yelled at that they put a reference to grocery bags right near the word bagel, and it confused him on purpose? You think he's accusing them of trying to trip him up on purpose?
I think that is what because he looks like an idiot, that he's probably doing that. Yes.
How can you say he looks like an idiot when he says
Bagel hand. Use a special slicer and don't slice frozen ones.
I never slice frozen bagels?
His writer's like, maybe you should read it before you go on the air, Chief.
Probably said B-A-G and then, the little hyphen and then E-L on the next line. Ooh, fooled again.
Yeah, I don't think bagel's a word you have to phonetically spell for people. Most people know how to pronounce that.
Yes, well, apparently not.
Bagel hand. Use a special slicer and don't slice frozen ones.
Right.
Washing dishes. If you put your hand inside glasses.
Washing dishes. Be sure to wash your dishes carefully, and you will be able to refrain from all injuries.
Yeah.
You see, if chores are threatening people's well-being, Terry, and if chores are leading to many an injury out there, I can certainly say that my wife is safe.
Good. No chores for her.
Oh, she's fine.
Safe as a kid.
That's for the cleaning people that come in and do a form of you
Yes,
guys,
but I have
right?
to admit, I'm pretty safe, too.
Yeah, I would say so.
Chores.
Chores are funny.
Chores are funny.
What are those again?
Well, Terry, I'd hate to look on my chore list and see that I'm in charge of
Bagel hand. Use a special slicer and don't slice frozen ones. Washing dishes. If you put your hand inside glasses, the glass could shatter. Paperback joint stiffness. Don't hold the book with thumb and pinky. Paper cuts.
These are great tips, Terry. You should listen up. You know what? Instead of laughing, I'm going to have to play it again from the beginning. Because you guys are laughing and you're not taking this seriously, and you're going to wind up with household injuries.
Everyday chores make up the top 5 ways people get hand injuries.
Wow.
Here's what they are and how to avoid them. There's
Bagel hand.
grocery bag strain. Choose paper over plastic. Bagel hand. Use a special slicer and don't slice frozen ones.
Yeah, it could be partially in his mind that he had just had to correct himself. So once he had said bagel hand, he's like, well, I can't correct myself again.
Right.
I got to just stick with bagel hand now.
And in the back of his mind while he's reading the story, I know this is going to be on T-Man tomorrow.
It's going to be the promo.
Let me set my alarm for 6 o'clock so I can hear this one again and see how maybe he'll be nice and he won't torture me.
Everyday chores make up the top 5 ways people get hand injuries.
How does he expect to have himself say bagel hand and me not to talk about it?
Here's what they are and how to avoid them. There's grocery bag strain. Choose plastic.
Right.
I'm sorry, paper over plastic.
Yeah, okay.
Bagel hand. Use a special slicer and don't slice frozen ones. Washing dishes. If you put your hand inside glasses, the glass could shatter.
Oh.
Paperback joint stiffness. Don't hold the book with thumb and pinky. Paper cuts. Treat quickly so they don't get infected.
Things to think about.
Yeah, I hold my stiffness with thumb and pinky, Terry.
Do you?
Yes. That's how massive a man I am.
Wow.
Thumb and pinky. Oh, I got bagel hand, damn it.
Checked out for that, probably.
Poe, I'll go out and get a dozen bagels. Got me all hungry now.
That sounds kind of good.
All this talk of bagels, Terry.
Yeah.
Get a slicer, though.
It's
Yeah,
got me.
no frozen.
It's got me really hungry. Don't you know? What else is going on this morning, Terry? We were all geeked up, as you know, yesterday about the World Cup.
Oh, man.
We listened to the first hour live on the air with a 7-second delay. And it went from bad to worse.
It did.
As far as the U.S. World Cup hopes were, at least for yesterday's opening round match.
Yes.
So are you out on it now?
Well, I just don't see how the USA is really going to recover from this opening round demise, Stephen.
Come back, kick Italy's ass. That's how we do it.
If they come back and kick Italy's ass, they're fine. I just don't necessarily see that in the cards.
Yeah, but, isn't Italy a pretty big powerhouse in this whole
They
game
tend to
here?
appreciate soccer over in Italy. A tad.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Tad bit, yeah.
The best part is that I don't have to watch soccer for 4 years now.
Right. But
You're
I'll
not going
set,
to watch Saturday after all this talk yesterday?
no, I got my TiVo set for 2010.
Okay.
TiVo guy has it on the to-do list.
It's going to be awesome then.
He's like, you're watching soccer again?
Right. Very exciting.
Got some news for you about Britney Spears and Kevin Federline.
You know the coach of the United States, Terry, you familiar with the United States? Yeah. The coach
I think so.
ripped his own players,
Well, I was reading in the paper they said, we didn't compete.
saying they had no heart, they had no energy, they were afraid, they weren't aggressive, they didn't attack. Game 1 of your World Cup, and the coach is ripping his own players.
Yeah.
Calling out the goalie from Lacey.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Keller, right?
Yeah.
He's already changing the starting lineup around.
He's changing the starting lineup.
That's what he said.
Is he benching the goalie?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I don't know if all of his Lacey homies want to come out of the woodwork and get his back, man. I don't know if the coach needs that. Those Lacey thugs, man.
Yeah, they're
Pretty bad.
badass. And Lacey. So Lacey. Lacey underalls.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe if they had some
numbers,
Lace Underalls on, they would have done better.
Well, he never really stopped a shot, did he? I mean,
No, he didn't.
Every shot that was pretty much put on net went in.
And
And they
plus,
were using their heads to score on you, Chief.
yes, they
Not
were.
even their feet sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, that third goal, I didn't even see it live. I saw it on the on SportsCenter on the replay. Hey, you gotta come out and stop that one. Come on. Not that it mattered at that point, but
Do it. Yeah, and 3-0 is a big blowout considerably in
yeah, I would
soccer, right?
equate that probably in the NFL to about a 42-0 win for the opposing team. 35, somewhere between 35 and 42-0. Yeah, I mean 33-0 in soccer, especially of that high caliber, is a blowout.
Yeah, it is.
Just a major blowout. Major blowout.
That's what we did.
I say about 35-0. I would equate that to in NFL football, Terry.
Okay, yeah.
You don't come back from 3 goals down in soccer.
No.
Not that kind of soccer. Maybe the 4th grade playground soccer, you come back from 3-0. But any other soccer, you're done.
Right.
Pack it in.
Goodness.
Can't believe I got sucked in.
Yeah, I can't either.
I can't.
Me too.
God,
You guys
disappointed.
did.
Here we were in front of the TV yesterday after the show, all with our half a soccer skin that I had on my head there, Terry.
Right.
Yeah, you and I exchanged shirts after the show like we do on the field.
The face painting, the time we put
Yeah.
into that, all this stuff, Terry. Just all for naught.
Germany, your bus written on my bus.
What were you saying now about Kevin Federline?
Brittany and Kevin
Yeah,
have
I
been photographed together, finally.
Ah, First photograph that they've been
Since March 25th
March 25th.
was their last photograph, and then finally they...
So over 2 months since technically you can prove that they've been seen together.
Correct.
Okay, well, they have to be seen together this week because Brittany already has a Dateline interview in the can that is going to be aired Thursday night that I can't wait to see. I'm going to be very honest with you, and hopefully someone's going to tape it here so we can replay it for the next 60, 70 years.
Your VCR broken?
That's right.
Yeah, VCR.
Well, I can't get it to stop blinking 12.
Right, okay.
Brittany is going to talk about how her marriage with K-Fed is awesome.
Right.
Interview in the can.
Yeah.
So once that's in the can, then you got to call old Kevy boy over to take some publicity photos to make it look like you're all happy and all that stuff. It's very predictable.
It's an odd place to have an interview, though.
Well, what's interesting, too, I saw a little snippet of the interview on, I think it was Entertainment Tonight, and she is just not looking good at all.
She's got a nice filled out frame now, Terry.
Oh, yeah,
and
she
when
does.
you know how it looks when white girls fill out, Terry.
Whoa.
When white girls fill out.
Whoa.
Next, Fox.
If she ever looked like she belonged in a trailer, now is the time.
Yeah, if she doesn't voluntarily just go to the trailer police will come and get her.
Yes.
They'll be like, all right, come on, baby. Yeah, you have no choice.
Right.
Get in the car. You're going to the trailer house. Trailer park, it's got your name on it. Come on, baby.
And they showed her, crying a little bit because she breaks down and whoa, makeup running I was like going, wow.
Yes.
I was really surprised. It'll be interesting to see once she has the second child whether or not she truly can make a comeback. I don't think so.
Well, we got our fingers crossed.
Oh, sure.
I'll be front row.
Yeah. And speaking of Kevin Federline, he wants to write and act in his own movies now.
Yes.
The MC thing,
How about he goes sees them alone, too? If he wants to be the only writer and the only, he wants to act his own parts, since he's all into doing things by himself there, he could be the only one to go to the theater.
It made $9 this weekend.
That's 9 more than expected. We didn't expect Kevin Federline to show his face there, but he did. So it exceeded expectations.
Yeah. It's similar to the Eminem 8 Mile movie. It's kind of like one of those.
Right. How's his album doing? It's out or no?
I don't know.
Is it out?
I don't think it's out. No, I don't think it ever came out.
did.
Just the stupid single.
Yeah.
Was out.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Well, no, I thought he was trying to promote it in Vegas. We read a story. He was in the...
He was at Pure
Yes.
for the release party of his album.
I think he was selling it out of the back seat of their car, though.
The back seat.
of his
Or the trunk, or whatever. Wherever people sell stuff.
Right.
$7, but 2 for $10.
Pretend what
So
it
you're more
is.
than-
Or just take one.
As opposed to the blue collar way, the back seat or trunk of your car is whatever you prefer. Steven's more of a white collar online seller of crap.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it was ever on Amazon, his
Just
CD,
as bad.
unfortunately.
I don't think it's completed.
I don't think so.
He has like 3 songs.
We've heard the song. It's not complete.
It's really not.
I spent 88 cents on it, though.
Oh, you did? Wow. Big purchase.
Now, here's a guy on the line, Terry.
Yeah.
With a faggle hand. Yes.
I got the double D's triple 21, and I'll pick the dealer. But hey, you know what? I'm not a...
Was he talking over the grocery store intercom this morning?
I think so.
Clean up aisle 5!
Oh, maybe that's what he does now.
What kind of connection is this, John?
Brett?
Huh?
Hey, good morning to you, man.
Right.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. What's with your phone line this morning?
Okay.
Oh, where are you calling from?
Time for the da.
No, the dollar bill game is about 9 months past its time right now. Or
Yeah.
Got match and win first, right?
Deal.
yes, deal or no deal.
Show me approaching the 7
Yes.
o'clock.
We'll be seeing a woman this morning or 2. I think I
Right.
only asked Pasty to book 1 woman this morning. Hopefully he only books 1. I remember yesterday telling him very specifically, only 1 candidate do I want to see this morning who wants to be a briefcase girl for Deal or No Deal, Terry. Because yesterday, the first day we did it on Friday, we saw 1 that didn't quite make the cut. We saw 1 and we put her in. She's got a briefcase on stage. She's got backstage passes. She's going to be floating around with all the artists. She's going to get all the hoopla that goes along with being backstage at Summer Jam.
Right.
She was a winner
Yes.
as far as being a briefcase girl. Yesterday didn't work out very well.
I know.
Not that they were absolute utter disasters, but they weren't good enough to make the grade.
Right.
That's exactly how I felt. So, today I only want to see 1 woman, Terry.
Okay. Well,
And if she makes the grade, great. If she doesn't make the cut, fine.
Okay.
And we move on with our lives. But over time, the point is, between now and Summer Jam, I still got to find about 9 or 10 new ladies.
Yes.
And I can't settle. They got to be big time. To be on stage as briefcase girls for Deal or No Deal.
Did you ever hear back from Constance?
Yes, I did.
Breaking news.
The God-darn Da Vinci Code.
Now, all I can tell you is this.
She's not coming down?
All I can tell you is this. She very much wants to be a briefcase girl at Summer Jam 2006, Terry. I'll leave it at that.
Really?
Yeah.
So when do we expect her arrival?
It could be today, for all I know.
Really?
Well, her arrival, I told her not to. I told her not to arrive before she at least started the ball rolling with a phone call to this program.
Oh.
So whether she calls today, tomorrow, I don't know.
Right.
We'll wait and see. But a phone call from Constance the Bitchler so she can get her foot in the door to be a briefcase girl is going to be what she attempts to do.
Is she our high bar?
Is she our high bar?
Yeah, is she?
I don't know what bar she is, Terry.
Oh, all right.
She's probably high.
Yes, and probably at the bar, but not a high bar per se.
Gotcha.
Yes. I don't even know what you mean by that. But anyhow, yes, John.
You were telling me Constance the Bitchler is coming down this morning?
No, I'm not telling you that because she's not coming down this morning, so I could tell you the
It's
opposite.
fine, because I was hoping to knock off some little begging the pussy girl.
Okay, I don't think you should say the P word on the air. I think I heard the P word. Anyhow, John, can I ask that question one more time? What kind of phone are you talking on? Where are you at this morning?
I'm calling from a work near you.
A work near you. Okay, good to know. I'm sure they're very excited to have such a solid employee like yourself.
Yeah, how is your mom, by the way?
I'll tell you what, you get back to work. I don't want to interrupt your work day.
No, I'm just getting off work, so I'll be down to see you shortly.
Okay.
Jeez.
Sounds like a promise.
Can't wait.
Time to slide down the emergency pole. Right to the garage.
Good deal.
The T-Man.
1, 2, 1.
Hollywood has another hot new pop. Friends Ocean's 12 co-star Matt Damon and his wife of 6 months, Luciana, are the proud parents of a bouncing baby girl, Isabella.
Wow, Terry, Matt Damon had a baby and you didn't hear much news leading up to it, you know? They just had a baby in all kinds of privateness, basically.
Yes.
Comparatively speaking to other babies that have recently been born.
Right.
And now Ben Affleck has to compete with calling Matt Damon daddy.
Yeah, that's true. With Isabella.
That's right. Isabella was her name. They were considering naming it Ben Affleck Damon Jr., but it wouldn't really have a nice ring to it for a female.
No.
Isabella was born 6 months after the nuptials were agreed upon by Matt Damon and his wife. Do the math, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see here. 6 months.
Yeah, I'll save you the suspense, Stephen. It gives you a clear understanding that the baby was 3 months already in the making before they walked down the aisle together.
Well, you're right.
He wanted to wait the first trimester to make sure she didn't miscarry, because then he would have been off the hook.
Whoa, now?
Doesn't it just reek of that, or what?
No.
Why not marry her the first month that you find out she's pregnant? Why third month? Okay, first trimester done. Gonna have her. All right. Yeah, I'll marry you.
Jeez. That's great.
But she's not bad. Not a Hollywood type at all, Terry.
No.
She's kind of a private citizen, as they say in the trade.
Right.
And
which is probably good,
and
hopefully.
not only does he have this biological child, but she comes ready-made with a second child.
Oh, double child.
Just add water.
Bonus child.
Bonus child.
Yes.
True.
Just add water, yes. Instant child.
Maybe the VFW hall wasn't available for them when they wanted to, so they had to wait 3 months.
Right. VFW, I'm sure.
Right, so there it is, the life and times of Matthew W. Damon, Terry.
I know.
He has one child of his own a couple of days ago, and bonus child from the marriage he agreed to 6 months ago.
Matt's publicist just released this statement to Extra. The baby was born Sunday night in a Miami area hospital, and everyone is doing great. And recently Matt told us how much he longed for a child.
I'm excited to do it myself one of these days, but, we'll see. We'll see. It's in God's hands.
It's in God's hands. Wow. There you go.
Right after this interview, it'll be in my hands.
Because I'm God.
Oh, well, that's not what I'm saying. But that's a very nice story. Matt Damon's a very solid actor, in my opinion, Jerry.
Yes.
I am a very, very big fan of the Bourne Identity movies. No joke.
Yeah?
They're good shows.
Very, very good shows.
That's a hell of a picture. The old picture show.
It's actually a very, very nice sized pet peeve of mine when people call movies shows.
Yeah?
You haven't seen that show. Well, it's not really a show. It's a movie.
Right.
Call it what it is. It's a movie. Either that or shut up!
Whoa.
A show
say it your way or out, huh?
That's right. That's basically it. A show you watch on TV.
Right.
It
It's
comes
like
on
30 minutes or 60 minutes.
30 minutes, 60 minutes, comes on weekly. It's a show.
Got some commercials.
A movie is not a show. There's Broadway shows.
Oh, wow. That's
Maybe
not
you're
on TV.
confusing movies with that.
Whoa.
But a movie's a movie. And a man, which is a meal.
And they're
Ain't that the truth?
Yes.
By the way, can I just tell you that Jack Black's wife also had a baby boy over the weekend, too. There's another baby.
He's pretty big in the talking pictures, this Jack Black, huh?
Yeah, the talking pictures, yeah.
Right.
He's got, a movie coming out soon.
It's not a show?
No, it's not a show. It's
Right,
actually
it's
a movie.
There you go. I'm glad you are picking up on this. Yes.
Nacho
Libre or
Libre?
something like
Lucha Libre, yeah.
Something like that.
Well,
Looks great.
I'll tell you this. I just mentioned I'm a big fan of Matt Damon and the movies he's been making, Terry. Jack Black also in that category.
Whoa.
Hard to go wrong. Yeah, compliments to go around sometimes, Steven. Hard to go wrong with a Black, a movie.
Yeah.
What if you put both of them in a movie?
Both of them. You'd have quite.
Yeah, that'd be quite the show.
That'd be quite the show, yes, indeed.
Speaks like a machine gun now.
So congratulations to Matt Damon for his new baby girl, Isabella. Nice name, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice.
Not a big fan of the name.
Yeah.
It's like we're just ripping names off from nursing homes now, it sounds like.
Uh-huh.
All these
Nursing
old
home
names are coming back. Yes, Isabella.
It's probably one of the more popular ones now.
Oh, really?
I think the Ella makes it more modern. If it was Isabel,
Yeah, that's
it
more.
might be more old-fashioned.
It's like an old Italian person, then. How about that?
Isabel. All right. Anyway. Shut up in your face. Okay.
Yeah, I like that name the best.
Yes. So we play Italy in the second round of the World Cup. Speaking of shut up in your face, huh?
Yeah, I guess so,
It
right?
just gets easier from here, huh?
Well,
Wonderful.
yeah, it just gets easier, sure.
The white girl on the couch is excited about that, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. She was just, well, she's not on. Actually, I didn't even recognize this happened. I don't remember handing her a diploma, Terry.
Oh.
I look over at the couch. She's not there. I look into the chair this morning, and white girl, kind of a little presumptuous this morning, I imagine, Terry, is sitting in it. Not on it, meaning the couch. In it, meaning the chair.
No ends.
Now, why would white girl make the move from the couch to the chair without any prompting, Terry? I thought there was going to be a big fanfare moment when we hand her a diploma, move the tassel from the right to the left, or the left to the right. I don't know. I didn't walk in graduation. And
Really?
Right.
well,
walk?
actually, you know what? I did walk in graduation, but my diploma, at least I'm talking about college, was empty at the time. They let me walk because I had credits to finish up.
Empty diploma.
That's right. It was a very empty feeling, too, especially for my parents when they opened it up. And, nothing there. What a shame.
So when they call your name, they say T-Man asterisk. Just so everybody in the crowd knows? Or?
Basically so, yeah. No, I wouldn't have to tell you that story because you would never know the difference. But I tell you everything. My life's an open book with nothing in it.
Oh! Kind of like the diploma.
Exactly right. So I had to go to summer school to get my diploma. Nah, who needs it?
And then they mailed it to you.
Well, I don't think I ever got it. I don't know if I ever really finished my credit, so I may not have technically graduated college.
Oh, okay. All right, then.
No,
At least you walked.
I remember.
That's good.
No, I walked. I was like 6 or 3 credits away from graduating. This is very exciting, I'm sure, to hear
If
about.
you walked, you graduated.
That's how I feel.
Right.
And then my mom did nag me to go to summer school, and I did go, but I don't know where my diploma is if I ever got it. Anyway.
All right. I'll bet
hanging
you
in
the
your
white
office?
girl on the couch is no longer on the couch, but is now in the chair. That brought us to the empty diploma because you
Yes.
didn't hand her
It's
one.
amazing how one conversation leads to the next on this program. What are you doing, white girl on the couch, and do you have a name this morning?
White girl in the chair.
White girl in the chair. And white girl in the chair. Is there a reason that you're no longer on the couch? Do you feel like you're slowly but surely getting more comfortable being closer to us again? Is that what it is?
That's true.
That's
the time came for me to blossom, and
wow.
I decided that this morning before you came in, and here I am.
Do tell, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spring has sprung.
Blossom.
Is the tassel, is it supposed to go from right to left or left to right?
I
or does
have
it matter?
no
I
idea.
have no idea.
Wow.
Did you walk in high school?
Of course I walked in high school. Walked everywhere.
I just got legs in college.
That's right.
Just sewed on.
Leg 101.
Yes. All right, so you're going to be sitting in the chair from this point forward, but you don't have a name other than White Girl in the Chair. You don't want to go, you don't want to...
Take some more time to blossom.
You're going to feel yourself out, and
Wow.
Make sure I'm comfortable.
this rebirth will continue, and as you develop as a new woman, you will keep us apprised of who you are and what you're feeling.
That's true. We don't want to rush into things.
I see.
If I was her, I'd feel myself up.
Okay.
If you were you, would you fill her up?
So in other words, being White Girl in the Chair now, graduated from White Girl on the Couch, you want the microphone to stay on so you can interject whenever you feel the need, or no?
Whoa, I didn't even have that before.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
You don't.
Before, so you were here before, you're saying.
You ready for that?
So you're revealing to the listening audience that you were here before.
Wow.
No, I mean,
What
Is this Jay Cruz?
I think Lurch Boogie is back in the studio.
Oh
Terry.
my gosh! And he had a sex change.
Why? Why would you, after all the time
I'm
that you
just
took
saying.
and all the protectiveness that you've put up for yourself, why would you immediately reveal that you were here before? People are starting to pick up on...
I'm just saying, when I was on the couch, I wasn't allowed to just shout out at any time.
No, that's not what you were referring to. You were
Yeah, she's trying to cover it up.
No, I figured it out. I just figured it out. I know who it is.
Hi.
People are not that stupid. You're suggesting that last time you were in the chair, you didn't have an open mic policy. What are you talking about? Who are you, White Girl in the Chair? What is your real identity?
I don't know.
Okay. It seems like business as usual around here.
Yeah. Typical.
Yeah. I don't think you're fooling anyone, Kendall. Oh, wow.
Who's that?
I mean, you gave up your identity.
I did
Well,
not.
You did too.
Start from scratch back on the couch.
See ya.
I'm trying to help you here.
Time out again.
You better
Listen.
go to timeout.
You want to stay in the chair, that's fine, but you better do a better job of protecting who you are. If you want to protect who you are, do you want to protect who you are?
You're not doing a very good job right now.
I think that deep down inside, she really doesn't want to protect who she is, because that's why she did the
She loves
oops,
it. Yeah.
I slipped up.
Well, I don't know. It could have just been just an accident, you know.
She loves it.
We all have them.
She's a bad witness relocator, that's for sure.
Yeah, she is a bad witness.
Yeah, you wouldn't work well in the witness protection program. Here I am! Here I am! Okay. But it's nice to have you in the chair nonetheless.
Well, it's so nice to be close to you guys.
We missed you nuzzled up next to the console here. Okay. Terry.
Easy, yes.
Yeah, right. What else is going on? Where were we, huh?
Well, I was giving you other stuff that's going on. I told you about Jack Black. But moving on, I don't know if we ever talked about this, but Heather Mills, McCartney.
So Italy beat Ghana yesterday, right?
I'm sure they did. I didn't
Sorry,
even look.
I want to hear all about your Heather Mills update, Terry, but just want to make sure I'm up to speed on the World Cup now that I've invested
Sometime?
3 hours into it yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
The
this
best part
is
is it could be over by Saturday.
3 hours of my life. I'm never going to, obviously, going to get back, Terry.
Now, if they lose to Italy, they're out, correct?
Is it over right there?
It's done, right?
No
they don't
shots.
even, yeah.
Really? So they lose to Italy.
They may get another game, but they have no chance of qualifying to move on.
Right.
Their chances of moving on, their hopes for the World Cup are mathematically eliminated.
Nil, as they say.
Well, that's pretty quick.
Well,
Yes,
they
it is.
should be, actually, if you lose 2 games.
Party's over.
Party over.
Yes.
What if they tie against Italy? Because there are a lot of ties in soccer. Very
Yeah.
exciting ties.
Still probably won't move on.
Don't they have wouldn't they have a tiebreaker in
What
the
if
World Cup?
What if they tie against Italy and then they beat Ghana?
I think in the World Cup it goes by how many goals you score once you start like getting, ties and stuff like that. Yeah.
So we have 0.
So we're not in a great position right now, having 1 loss and no goals.
0 points and 0 goals. Tough to move on from there.
Now, are you sure about that being a tiebreaker as far as moving on to the next round?
Not
How many
positive,
goals?
but-
I didn't hear about that.
I know it's a point system, so
Yeah.
if you tie, you get 1 point, so you have 1 point through 2 games. Probably not going to get you to the next round.
But I'm saying if they tie Italy and then beat Ghana...
They'll have then they'll have 4 points. 4 points in 3 games. Probably not in the top 16.
All right, whatever. Anyhow, any other games of note, Terry, that you're reading about in the sports section there? Any other...
Stanley Cup
Well,
last night?
today you have South Korea versus.
I'm excited.
What is it? Togo.
I put on my South Korea jersey.
All right,
and,
now
I'll put on my Togo.
Yeah, and then France
Togo.
versus Switzerland. And then Brazil versus Croatia. Brazil should be good.
It looks as though I'm seeing in your paper there that Mexico beat Iran. Is that right?
Yeah.
That was quite the tussle, huh?
It was.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's like, dude, you guys have nuclear weapons. You win.
Oh, jeez. Well, Mexico won.
No, I know.
Yeah, and
that's what they should have said.
Now you have something to talk about when you're buying your freeway oranges today, Steve.
Whoa.
So,
always better on the side of the road. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
So, fruit on the side of the road kicks ass.
Yeah, it's the best.
You got to buy your fruit on the side of the road. You buying grocery store fruit? What are you, nuts?
Nah, it's a waste of money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those little huts, side of the road. Sweetest fruit in the world.
Yep.
Yes.
Fresh.
Get in my car. I'll take you wherever you want to go. That's why I talk to the fruit, Terry.
Yeah. These are great oranges right here.
Daniel, good morning this morning.
Morning, how are you doing?
Good morning.
I'm doing all right. Hey, I just heard the other day that
Never really asked, but go ahead, yes.
Steven shaved his head.
Yes, Stephen has shaved his head because he wanted to be the host of Deal or No Deal on stage at Summer Jam as bad as could possibly be imagined, to the point where I said, if you want to be like Howie Mandel, you got to look like Howie Mandel, and he shaved his head, yes.
I was like, what? I told my little guy, hey, remember that guy that we met the other day? He's like, yeah. Or a couple months ago, he's like, yeah. He goes, he shaved his head. He goes, I want to shave my head too.
Yes, because we all want to be like Hillbreath, and I'm almost tempted to shave my head. Danny, my brother, have you seen the picture of Stephen Kilbreth on the TManShow.com?
I haven't. I was really going to do that last night, but I had...
Yeah, Howie Mandel's...
I had daddy duties to do, so...
Howie Mandel's body, Stephen Kilbreth's new shaved head, can be witnessed for all the world to see on www.thetmanshow.com. And how does your head feel this morning, Stephen? You want to give it a little slap around there?
Oh, it feels great.
Yes.
All right.
You
Nice
hear
and shiny.
You hear the sound of a bald, shiny head?
Yeah. Similar to that of a forearm.
How long before Stephen Kilbreth gets the Howie Mandel body?
The what? The what
The
body?
Howie Mandel body.
The Howie Mandel body.
That takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, that doesn't just take a big old electric razor to the cranium there. You actually have to eat fruit from the side of the road, and you have to, lower your caloric intake. You have to stop going to Fatburger and the Mongolian Grill, and these things Stephen isn't really ready to relinquish just yet.
Right.
We don't really have too many Mexicanos selling food on the side of the road around here. I don't know what's up with that.
I know. We need more of that, man. I have to travel pretty far to get a nice kumquat.
I should move out by where we live.
Yeah, there's plenty where I live.
Go to Eastern Washington, just a little bit further, and you are in it.
We got those
Well, don't tell me, Terry. I'm willing to travel for my fruit.
There you go.
I'm not just going to any old Safeway to get my fruit.
No, I hear you.
You gotta get your fruit at the right spots.
Fruit, flowers, beef, we got it all out there on the side of the road.
Yeah, you do.
Beef.
Love a nice piece of beef. Side of the road, yeah.
It's been sitting out all day.
We got those taco trucks everywhere, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got those, but those won't help out with the Howie Mandel body.
Yes, well, congratulations on your win against the Iranian soccer team.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Well, we told them if we win, we're going to get them oranges. And since they don't have oranges over there, they got gas, but they don't got oranges.
Yes, well, it sounds like a fair trade.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I just wanted to say hi to you all and say hi to Steven. I haven't heard from you guys or talked to you guys in a while. So.
Well, I'm glad you phoned in, Daniel. Always a pleasure.
Were we supposed to call you?
I got that little care package that they sent me last time I met Steven.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
Good.
I don't know what you're talking about,
He
but
was the
well
one-
done.
In Anacortes.
In Anacortes.
He's on the MySpace.
I'm glad. I'm glad, Daniel. We look forward. Yeah, I saw the picture of you and Steven together, like long lost brothers.
Long lost brothers.
Yes.
Then I have to shave my head, and he's got to get a tan.
Well, you got to keep up with the. You got to keep up with the Sanchez's. All right.
With the Sanchez.
Yeah, Steven Sanchez. That's his real last name. Anyhow, long lost brothers you are. Don't you know it?
I think his first name's Dirty.
Whoa, can we not go there?
The exchanging, Terry, you just heard this breaking information, and the exchanging of the oranges and the gasoline was made as part of the World. That's what the World Cup does. It brings the world together.
Yeah, bring the nations together.
Everyone knows it's a fair exchange. A gallon of oranges, the equivalent of a gallon of gas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no blood oranges for oil.
Oh, jeez. Actually, a gallon of oranges may actually cost a little bit more.
Wow.
I wonder.
Depending on the time of year, probably.
Wonder how many oranges you get in a gallon. And how much octane?
A gallon. Oh.
Yeah, Stephen.
Well, I was thinking a gallon of Minute Maid orange juice like $3.59, so it's pretty close.
See how much similarities there are in the world, no matter where you're from.
Yeah.
And yet we focus on our differences. What a shame. Look to the oranges. Ladies and gentlemen, look to the oranges. It's so simple.
The T-Man.
A giant party on the side of the road near Pullman. A Miller beer.
It's called Washington State University.
Woohoo!
A giant party on the side of the road near Pullman.
Yeah.
Sounds like a clue to me.
A giant party
in this game of Password Plus.
A giant party on the side of the road near Pullman. A Miller beer truck tipped over this afternoon. Authorities aren't sure why the truck tipped, but it dumped 50 kegs and several cases of beer all over the road. That road leads directly to Washington State University.
Yes, a lucky school's out, Terry. Would have been a lot of tongues licking the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let it go to waste, Terry.
I got this area.
Right.
You go to your area.
Instead of cow tipping, let's do this.
Yeah, no kidding.
With all our might, we just run right into the Miller beer truck. Tip that bastard right over.
But it dumped 50 kegs and several cases of beer all over the road. That road leads directly to Washington State University.
Yes, all roads do.
It was during the cleanup, and it was open during the cleanup, and you can bet there were a lot of gawkers, but the driver was not hurt.
Yes, you have more information on this story, Terry. What caused the accident? Was there a deer in the road? Give me something that makes sense. What happened here?
Apparently, the driver was reaching for his sunglasses.
Oh, I can do it every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somehow, compensated, whatever.
I always roll over about 6 or 7 times when I reach for my sunglasses, Terry.
But yeah, that's what another note.
Yeah, when you reach for your sunglasses, you're supposed to keep the hand that's on the wheel steady.
Right.
Hold on, I'm writing that down. Oh, on the wheel. Okay.
Yeah. So that's apparently what happened.
Hey, we look under my seat.
Well, I have a hard time when I reach with my right hand. My left hand does the same thing.
Hey, you shouldn't crawl in the back seat when you're driving down the road.
Yeah,
you sunglasses.
You might want to stay in the front.
And that's what caused the rollover. The guy reached for his sunglasses, and before he knew it, he was upside down with beer spilling everywhere.
Yeah, I do that every weekend.
Yes.
And thankfully, like you said, the students aren't there at Wazoo, so they're already done with school.
They're done with school.
Yeah,
so
they're back here.
There was no big scene on the side of the road with all students trying to see what they can make out of the situation.
No.
Yeah.
Did he get his glasses though?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's perfectly with full UV protection, Stephen. But
that's great.
Shoot.
But the beer load was lost. Now, was there any alcohol involved in this accident there?
Lots of foam. Yeah.
Was there the driver? Might he have been somewhat? Did he have a little straw going to the back of the?
He may have
of the unit.
That's not. I didn't hear that.
What the hell does that mean? I got a note here that says Harris and Eric Flowers are on the hotline. Why they'd be calling us, I don't know, Terry. Well, I do know because it says right here. But even reading it, it makes no sense to me as to why they'd be calling us.
Okay.
And it makes me... What the hell is this? They're on Mercer Street handing out stickers.
For?
And they want to call in to talk about it. A, why would they want to call me when they know that I'm just going to have a field day with this? And number 2, why would they want... If I was doing an afternoon show, and I would love to do an afternoon show if it paid, I would...
That's fine.
Afternoon hours are great. You get to sleep all day. Your show's over at night. You get to go out as much as you want. They got a great life.
Right.
As far as their hours are concerned. They have a great life. So why, if you didn't have to, would you want to wake up early to hand out stickers for the radio? Are you that geeked up about this radio station that you get out of bed earlier than you ever have to hand out stickers? You're that rah-rah about the radio station? Well, more power to you.
Yeah, well...
Because if I got your hours, I'm sleeping right now.
No kidding.
How does setting your alarm for 1 o'clock sound?
Good.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it sure does.
When you go to bed at 3 and your alarm is set for 1 p.m., you go to bed 3 a.m., you set, those were the days, Terry. I'm not a morning person, yet I've been doing this morning job for who knows how long. And I would love to be able to sleep late and go out late like they do.
Awesome.
That is definitely one of the perks of their hours. But what the hell are they doing up? 7 a.m. They're on the Mercer. Now it's 7:30, but they were there since what time? Who knows? handing out stickers, and they want me to put them on.
Little cross show promotion. That's how we do it here.
Is that how it works?
I don't know.
Put them on if I don't makes them such losers to be up so early. To be.
Does this mean we'll be handing them out this afternoon somewhere?
Losers, flowers? Yeah, that's I'm sure the trade-off here.
Right.
During Flower Show this afternoon, they'll go live to T-Man, who's handing out stickers on the side of the road.
Mercer.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
Be handing out middle fingers.
Won't be handing out anything. We'll be home. Won't be there.
Oh, we got to get up early.
Who is this, the mole or is it Flowers?
The mole.
Dirty Harry here.
Yes, Dirty Harry, he likes to refer to himself as, Terry.
Yeah, he's so
Dirty Harry.
This morning.
Well, I'm doing fine. How are you doing this morning? You should be sleeping like any normal person with your hours would be doing.
Well, you know what? When you're passionate about being number one and you try to get the T-Man show, and you try to get the T-Man show in Cube and people's cars on the hottest exit in the city, you got to do it, and you got to have the most incredible sticker stop. You think the sticker stops at Capitol Mall are huge? You got to get down here to Mercer Street.
Oh, Lord, please make it stop. Just make it stop.
Get down here. You can win $100 at 5 o'clock every day this week.
I hate to have to say this, but somebody run him over.
Yes, please do.
Just
go, oops.
You're going to hurt your car
Lost
when you hit them
control.
all.
Trying.
The reality is the station's ratings from top to bottom have never been better. We're number one, and maybe you'd have to say that it's spirited people like this that make it possible, but I just don't think it's worth it. And I would never wake up as rah-rah as these guys are when they can be sound asleep. Their alarms don't have to go off for the next 5 hours. What?
It's the afternoon show extravaganza.
Okay. You know
God,
what?
is there any way that he can just be
normal?
Yeah.
Yes.
And without even talking about what he does in the afternoon?
Most people in radio don't even know how to be normal. To answer your question, Terry, it's typical that people in radio just turn it on and don't know how to turn it off. They get so caught up in the turn it on mode that they lose their ability to turn it off.
Hey, T-Man.
That's why I never turn it on nor turn it off. This is just me, for better or worse. Right. And I don't relate well to people in radio. Yes, Harris, what? What can I do for you?
I got to tell you, every day this week at 5 o'clock on the traffic jam, you can win $100 cash.
No way, Harris. Really?
Seriously, and you can grab a sticker at any KFC, Terry. I know you and the family probably every so often go to KFC for
I know you're married to a black man who loves fried chicken, Terry.
Yes. Oh, whoa. Wait. Don't forget the watermelon there, Harris.
Wow. Was that
That's right, Terry. For eight?
Why don't you put on the red-headed stepchild who's standing next to you?
You want to talk to Powers?
Well, unless there's another weird-looking... he's almost an albino now. Because his hair's getting lighter and lighter.
Yeah, I noticed that too. What's up with that?
You know what? We woke up, and you know what? We're out here with passion to show
together?
that we are number one.
Okay. Yes, you are. No one can deny that.
You don't want to say we woke up. That doesn't sound
Now, Harris, am I understanding right from what I'm hearing through the radio grapevine that you are about to become an engaged man? No.
I sure am. Dirty Harry off the market.
Off the market. So all the strippers should know, all the ones that you've been harassing via the phone lines and, just sitting in all the clubs where you sit on a regular basis, they should know that you are no longer available. All these dancers that you have such tight communications with should be fully aware that you are no longer an available man.
How much should Clear Channel have to pay for T-Man to do a press conference to hold that breaking news?
Yes.
So they still have arranged marriages in this country?
Hotshot, you be careful there, Hotshot.
What I've never understood about Dirty Harry, Terry.
Yes.
One thing that I've always found fascinating, and this part is not it, that he loves to go to strip clubs. That I have not found fascinating, because who doesn't?
Right.
Everyone that I know, or at least has a pulse.
To do it.
That's right. A heartbeat as a male, Terry.
Right.
I never understood how Hot Cross Scott doesn't love strip clubs more than he does. He'd rather sit home on the internet, and I appreciate that, but I like a little variety in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
my space can get boring.
He loves to go to strip clubs, but here's the part I don't get. He never gets lap dances. He just sits there and admires the strippers from afar. That I don't get. If you're going to go...
I don't believe in supporting them.
Like a pervert?
I don't believe in supporting them, but I believe in going and watching them.
That's a little
freaky. They have enough money. I don't need to give them my lousy $20.
They would like your lousy $20. They would like you to patronize them in a way that they are able to make the most money possible. Well, why do you like going, but you don't like participating? Doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, it's because it's fun. You know, once in a while you got to let the motion slow down, and you got to get out there and get ideas. And I know these strippers have gone to college.
You
got the marketing experience. They got the advertising experience. I mean, you know, how do you think you get a job at Rick's?
He just is writing it off as research for the program, Terry, so he can expense it. Not only does he not want to pay for lap dances, Terry, but he doesn't want to have to pay for the cover chart, so he expenses it and writes it off as research for his show.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Very exciting.
Now, doesn't that get embarrassing going there that often and not ever spending any money?
You would think. They would
I haven't been there in a couple months.
Sure.
Do you think this man has any ability to be embarrassed?
I know. Look what he's doing right now.
Is it a money thing? Is that why he doesn't do it? If they were free, would he get them?
He more or less has said that he doesn't want to spend the money to pay for lap dances. Now, he's the only one who doesn't seem to be bothered by the whole passing of the 4-foot rule that sooner or later they're saying is going to go into effect.
Right.
The strip club owners have done a great job at logjam this thing, so it slows the process down because the 4-foot rule still, as we speak, Terry, not in full effect.
Right.
The strip clubs, last I checked, just as nasty as ever, just the way we like them.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, K-Man.
Yes, Dirty Harry.
What will it take for you to get Terry Free, Stephen Kilbert, the Hot Shot Scott down live off the Mercer Street exit with Powers and Dirty Harry to take part in our sticker stop?
Okay,
so we can actually all have a little cross-type promotion going on down here.
All right, listen to me carefully. That will never happen. All right?
That will never happen, huh?
It was a cute thought for a second.
Oh, the cute thought. Good.
Not really. But our time with you is now done.
We're done?
Yes.
All right.
And the car that hits you, I hope it doesn't cause too much damage.
Back to the #1 morning show in Seattle. I guess our little sticker stop is done.
Oh, make him go away, please.
Okay.
Here he is.
But you can't wait for that bachelor party.
You
guys all going?
Some woman out there said, yes, this is the guy.
I know. The rest of my life. I want to wake up next to him.
This is Dirty Harry.
Right. Oh, the dirtiest.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Right.
Can I put a sticker on your ass? Jeez, man.
Wow.
Well, there's somebody for everyone. That's good.
That is true.
We wish them all the best.
Imagine when they start having babies and stuff. Procreate. Oh, goodness.
All right, where the hell am I now, Terry?
I don't even know. But
where do we go from here? Now that I allowed Harris, or Dirty Harry as he wants to be called, to slam the brakes on the program.
Right.
You should call their show. Put the brakes on their show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to do.
Yeah, what about the last thing on my mind? But I appreciate the fact that they're out there doing their thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
You didn't even get
Hard
to
workers.
talk to
the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
Got some news for you about Heather Mills McCartney. There's been a bunch of rumors that she was a prostitute, so to speak. Well, you know, she wasn't like really on the street or anything, but she...
So who's in the green room?
We have
Harris and Eric.
We have Houston, which is our girl for this morning.
Oh, speaking of dancers, speaking of strippers, Terry. Houston doesn't sound like it should be someone's given name. That's what she's calling herself, Houston?
Yeah, that was the name I got.
It pays his fancy new haircut.
Yeah, I noticed that yesterday.
You had it yesterday?
Yes, he did. I was going to say something.
You got a tight new do.
Tight new do.
Why don't you go out to the green room and just ask her the quick question as to whether Houston is her given name or just a name she likes to be referred to as.
I can do that.
Yes.
They were going to go with Dallas, but it didn't sound right.
We'll have Dirty Harry come down here since he's so accessible this morning and watch her from afar. Because he doesn't like to support him. He just likes to go and gawk at him.
I never knew that about him. That's really weird.
I didn't know that either.
He'll go all the time, though.
I knew he goes all the time. I didn't know he does nothing.
Always asking me after the show's over, hey, you want to go get lunch at the strip joint? You know, stuff like that.
So he goes like when there's even no cover, probably.
There's always a cover.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Shows how much you know. You think it's like a club or something?
I thought maybe they had like no cover at times, but I guess not.
No.
Okay.
Always a cover. Yes, Pasty.
For people like him, that's why.
Ask her if Houston is her given name, or is that just a fancy little nickname she likes to go by?
Houston, we were curious in the studio if that is your real given name or if that's a nice little nickname you like to go by.
My real name.
Real given name on your birth certificate.
Mm-hmm.
No, she brought her ID with her. It's on there.
Yes. Well, the
Oh,
life.
pasty.
Pasty, do you need any extra oxygen mask situation?
Just carry a tank with him.
He did reach for the license, so.
Right.
I'm okay.
So she handed you a nice, real, true, reputable piece of identification? Because a librarian is more than willing to put whatever name you say on the library card there, Pasty. You know?
She's pulling it out right now.
Oh, jeez. Well, I guess that makes two of you, huh?
Oh, see how she likes the sideburn-free comb-over hairstyle.
Right.
Who doesn't? Still a comb-over.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm looking at her Washington ID here.
Washington State driver's license?
Yes.
And her first name is Houston.
It is.
Her mom cradled her in her arms on day number 1 of the first day of her life and decided she looks like a Houston.
Yeah, I guess so.
Interesting. I was getting all excited, Terry.
Oh, okay.
I thought, and I think we already have, amongst the 10 or 11 ladies that have secured spots as briefcase ladies at Summer Jam 2006 for Deal or No Deal, Terry, I think we have a stripper or two already amongst the mix.
Oh.
But I can't lie to you. When I hear that there's another applicant outside and she may be a stripper, I tend to get a little extra excitement going there. Not gonna fib.
Right?
But Houston's her given name. What a letdown.
The stripper name is Beth.
Now, Pasty.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this. Does it bother you at all that Dirty Harry, who's about as outcastish as they get in the social world that I live in, at least, does it bother you at all that he's an engaged man or a soon-to-be one, and you're not even a man who could say you've had sexual intercourse with a woman? You're not even close to being engaged. Does that bother you at all?
I am very happy for Harris. Very happy.
And that doesn't really answer my question. Does it bother you at all that here's a man who is just like as close to an animated figure as you can possibly get in the human race? You know what I'm saying? Very cartoonish-like. And yet, with that as a handicap that he has to deal with on a regular basis, you are about as far away as any 30-year-old can be. Are you 30 yet?
Not quite.
Oh, it is. You're 29 now?
29.
When do you turn 30?
Next January.
January. Okay, so 29 and a half. You're about as far away as any person could be from getting married at 29 and a half. And here's Harry, who is just a guy who could barely put a foot in front of the other without stumbling over his face. And yet he's getting married. He's going to live a life of happy, wedded bliss, and you're not anywhere near that kind of lifestyle. Is that something that kind of irks you a tad, or no?
It doesn't actually. I don't consider my life's failures and successes along with Harris's there.
So you don't draw any parallels of any kind. Yes.
I don't.
I asked Houston if that bothers her at all.
Houston, does it bother you?
Never mind. It's all right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think when Pasty's ready, he can turn the switch and he'll be on.
Is that how you feel, Pasty? With that, whenever you feel the urge to flip the switch, you can get married, lickety split.
I don't know about that. I haven't really thought about that. Just turn on a switch.
All right, what about getting laid? What about having sex? Do you think that if you wanted to have sex this weekend, that you can just snap the old fingers there, the old pasty fingers, and bing, bang, boom, you got a listener in your apartment that your dad pays for, and you'd be banging away like a madman, or no?
I don't know about Bing Bang Boom, but I do think I could make it happen this weekend.
Really? All right, let's give me a time frame. If not this weekend, if you're not comfortable with committing yourself to, it would just take a mere weekend. If you decided that you just want to have sex for sex's sake, the 29-and-a-half-year-old virgin decides, Terry, all right, this is where it ends. I'm gonna put all my efforts into nothing but making sure that I have sex.
Right.
How long do you estimate it takes?
I'd say Wednesday night around 2 a.m. I could probably have it done by.
So you weren't comfortable with going with this weekend, but here we are on Tuesday.
Pushing it up to Wednesday.
Are you talking about a week from tomorrow or tomorrow?
Oh yeah, no, not tomorrow, not tomorrow.
It'll take him about a week.
About a week.
So you need about 8-9 days.
About, yeah. And I could probably, I would not have a problem. I can't guarantee it, but I'm pretty sure I could get it done in a week.
Pretty sure.
If we were to decode that last bit of a stumble, it's almost as if he said, "I can get guys."
What?
Never mind. Anyhow, Paisley.
Play it backwards.
I don't think we have to play it backwards. Slow it down. I can get guys.
Oh, there it goes.
Might like men.
You guys are
All right, so
Big, hairy men.
Big hairy man, huh?
Pasty.
yes, sir.
breathing heavy again with that.
I got to give her back the license.
Right.
Pasty. Pasty. Do you have... All right, give him a moment to catch his breath.
I'm afraid to even talk, because every time I talk...
Pasty. You have the fresh new dew. Maybe that has something to do with the 8-day prediction. Now, do you have someone in mind, someone in the listening audience that maybe you've run into through your travels as far as being the executive producer over the past year and a half that makes you confident that you can get this done 8-9 days? So if you were so to choose this course of activities, or is there really no one that you have visualized in your head and you're just ready to wing it and still confident 8-9 days you're making it happen? Bam, the virgin status is gone.
I really don't have anybody in my head that I would put that on, so I mean, it would probably be something that I'd have to...
Just a lot of phone calls.
Work on, and yeah, do a lot of cold calling.
Mm-hmm.
Craigslist.
Hope I wouldn't have
That's
to do
why
Craigslist.
That's why he has the phone list of any woman that we've had down.
Well, I don't know. As much as he wants to try to convey that the fact that Dirty Harry announces he's about to get engaged
right
doesn't bother him. I think when you hit 29 and a half, not that any man's in a rush these days, not that any woman should be in a rush.
Right.
But for some reason, you start taking inventory about your life when you hear stuff like this. Dirty Harry getting engaged.
Man.
And you don't start thinking about, where am I in my social world? That doesn't come to mind at all?
I don't spend any time thinking about Dirty Harry. I just don't.
It's not like he's going on all these dates, not finding the right one. He's
Right.
like not going on any dates, right? I mean,
When was your last date?
Oh, I wouldn't.
See?
What do you do?
Actual
That's-
date? It's been a while.
You don't believe in
Last
asking?
year.
You don't believe in going out with women?
I'll go out with groups of people, but not necessarily. Haven't been on a lot of just one-on-one dates.
And the reason for that is what? Just a little too awkward for you, or what?
I don't know. I don't like the pressure of it all. I don't like the, what am I trying to say?
This.
No, it's the, I don't know, the expectations, I guess,
Yes.
I don't know. I like you. I want to go out to dinner with you. It's just kind of gay.
It's nice to send him into the green room to have this conversation, though.
Yes.
Yeah, we couldn't have it here.
Can't do it face to face.
How does Houston look, Pasty?
Houston looks great, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Should ask her to dinner.
Absolutely.
No, I like the pressure of it.
Want to ask her out?
I wasn't planning on asking her out. No, that wouldn't be very professional, I don't think.
Ask her.
Right.
Ask her if she comes here often.
Hey, do you come here often, Houston?
No, just
She doesn't.
ask her what she's wearing.
What are you wearing there, Houston?
I'm wearing a white top and jeans and some high heels.
Forget a week from Wednesday right now.
Wait a minute. If he couldn't get it done in the green room upstairs, what makes you think he's going to get it done there?
Oh, jeez.
Green room.
Pasty,
Houston, I have a Magnum.
do you want to describe? Does Houston know that you're the best kept penile secret in all of Western Washington?
Man.
That you, according to you, have a Magnum-size situation, and yet it hasn't been touched by human hands other than your own?
I don't know how she could not know about that. Do you want me to ask her?
Yeah, why don't you ask her? Go ahead.
Houston, are you, if I were to say the Magnum, would you know what that means? And what would that mean?
A large condom.
Okay. It's been talked about that somebody on the show has a Magnum, actually, and that would be me. And they wanted me to let you know that.
Although it hasn't been verified by any source
Right.
known to the world.
Well, maybe Houston will tell us next Wednesday.
If Houston knows about Magnum condoms, looks like Hotshot won't be calling her.
Oh, it is. Well, why don't you describe Houston for us there, Pace? There's only you can do. Go ahead.
Well, she's about 5 foot. She's pretty
5
short.
foot?
Little petite little thing.
Terry, sooner or later, height's going to have to become a requirement, or at least into play in some regard,
All right.
as it pertains to these briefcase models.
But the first briefcase model that we allowed in, she was, 5'5", 5'6", right?
That's a lot different than 5 foot.
Well, so we may need...
It's worlds apart.
I understand. man.
You got all these little shrimpos coming down here that look good, but I don't know how we can put them across the side of yes, you're in when they're barely tall enough to go on the rides at the Puyallup Fair.
Well, the short ones always go in front, and then,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, continue on, Pasty.
Okay, well, she's a brunette. It looks like a natural brunette.
Yes.
You have a little ethnicity mix there. What is that?
Ethnicity mix.
I'm white.
Okay, sounds good.
That's a hell of a mix.
Pasty looking right at the woman. She has absolutely no clue.
Well, everybody on the planet's a little bit darker than him.
Mm-hmm. Spray tan, you jackass.
Right. Well, when you are the pastiest man in the world, everyone, according to your eye, has a little ethnicity mix.
Yeah, I'm from Sylvania Beach, okay?
Come on, man. You're going to guess the same thing if you take a look at her.
But she's saying she's straight white girl.
Yes, that's what she's saying.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to debate her on this?
Not really. If she says she's a white girl, she's a white girl.
Your parents are lying to you.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask her where she's from? Or?
Where are you from? Are you from this area originally?
I was born in Portland, and I grew up in Bellevue.
Oh, is she still an East Side girl right now?
You
or
still
no?
living on the east side now?
Yeah.
And you work over there too?
Yes, I do.
Tell her she's currently from the T-Man's neck of the woods.
You are from the T-Man's neck of the woods. Did you know that?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right over there.
Until I get you in the woods.
Yeah, you want to go neck in the woods?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm glad we got the pre-interview process out of the way there.
Yes.
Yes.
Very nice meeting you, Houston.
Okay.
Don't worry, we're going to try to maybe get you in the studio here in a second.
She has nowhere that she needs to be urgently this morning.
You don't have any pressing issues this morning? Know where you got to be this morning?
Pressing issues.
Nope. She's all ours.
Whoa. Okay, Pasty.
He's a strange feller.
Pasty makes everything in every situation just a tad awkward.
Yeah.
And that's what we love about him. Mm-hmm. Not really.
The T-Man.
Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger remains in serious but stable condition tonight after crashing his motorcycle on a Pittsburgh street. Roethlisberger, who helped beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl last February, underwent 7 hours of surgery to repair multiple facial fractures. He was not wearing a helmet.
So that means he's out of surgery now. Don't get me started on this again, Terry, because you know if my prayers are going to be answered on this situation, his injuries are going to have to worsen for me to feel satisfied about what happened here, Terry. Because I actually went to sleep after reading the story feeling kind of good about the situation, thinking, okay, there was reports that his knees were injured, and I was very excited to hear that. Very excited to hear that, because I was thinking this would really damage his career, which it should. It absolutely should, and he should be in a lot more pain than just his facial injury. Facial injuries don't do anything for his career or his overall situation because he was a dork-looking guy to begin with. So this is absolutely almost a non-event now, and the fact that this could turn into a non-event is very disturbing to me.
Okay.
So I'm going to continue to hope that the earlier reports of knee injuries were true, unlike they're being reported right now, Terry, and that they go back to discovering there is some serious knee damage.
They do a little scan of the body again to make sure they didn't...
We gave you false hope on saying that you were free and clear on the knee damage. You got serious knee damage, not to the point where his career is completely over, but so that he's relegated at best to a backup duty kind of quarterback, Terry.
Yeah, and then that's how he spends the rest of his career.
Right, and I want the pain to continue. I want him to be in serious pain because he was part of the not that it was his fault, but part of the conspiracy that led to the Steelers beating the Super Bowl when they didn't deserve to, Terry.
Right.
A part of the Steelers beating the Seahawks for the most ultimate prize in football, Terry. So he's guilty by association, whether he's guilty or not, and I don't believe he was really a part of the actual workings of that.
But he thinks they were really good, though.
Right, he thinks they were better than they were. He truly, in his mind, believes that they outplayed the Seahawks on that day, and for that reason, he should have some serious pain in this situation. And but more even than that, although I'm very happy with this situation, I'm very pleased about this motorcycle accident. I would like the main referee involved in the entire conspiracy, that Bob Wagner, the guy born and raised in Pittsburgh, the guy who's still living there and went to University of Pittsburgh and threw the flag on Darryl Jackson when we had the first touchdown, which would have completely changed the complexion of the game.
Yes.
I would like him to be accidentally hit with a guillotine on his arm that cuts it off. That's his flag arm, you know, the one he throws the flags with, Terry.
Yes.
An accidental guillotine accident would be much appreciated, and I'm going to continue to pray on that one, Terry.
Okay.
But
because you walk under those a lot.
Yeah, well, next time he walks under, hopefully we won't be as lucky.
Right.
And Roethlisberger's accident was really nice to hear about, because considering all the other athletes who have had their careers ended through motorcycle accidents. The fact that he could just carelessly get on a motorcycle, Terry, without a helmet and start riding around town, when the guy hasn't even confirmed any real security in his life from a long-term contract standpoint, because NFL contracts are not guaranteed, you would think he'd have 1/8 of a brain in his head. To have some responsibility to his city and to himself and to the fans of his stupid little team, and at least put on a helmet if he can't stay off the motorcycle.
Sure.
So I don't feel sorry for him at all.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm really rooting for the injuries to worsen, and I'm very discouraged that he's getting better so quickly.
Well, what's interesting, I saw a picture, and I have it here, of how the motorcycle looked, and you would think that...
Yeah, it's very bad false advertising. You would think we would get, or at least I would have gotten what I hoped out of this accident looking at the motorcycle. So I'm very frustrated. I'm very frustrated he's not hurt worse.
Yeah.
In the same way I wouldn't feel sorry for you being a radio talent, Terry, if you decided in your spare time to eat fire. And I told you, Terry, eating fire could be a little damaging to your vocal cords, and if you get hurt, you may not be able to go on the air. And you just said, well, I'm going to continue to eat fire.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
So you threw the fire down your mouth because you were training for the circus, and lo and behold, you scorched your vocal cord, and you couldn't go on for a long period of time. I would say, Terry, I have a hard time feeling sorry for you.
Sure.
She kind of sounds like that now, though.
Oh, yeah, so keep eating fire, Terry.
Yeah, it's working.
It's working very well. You have the sexiest voice in radio. But this dumb doofus deserves nobody's sympathy, especially come from a cheating, sniveling little football team that's walking around with a Lombardi trophy that they don't deserve. He's an overrated quarterback to begin with, and he's lucky that maybe this accident will get him off the hook from having to perform in the future, so he won't have to go out and prove for the rest of his career that he's overrated. He almost single-handedly gave the game back to the Seahawks after the refs had worked so damn hard at making sure the Steelers would win it in the first place. Remember the little lofty interception he threw when the Steelers had pretty much taken over the entire game thanks to the referees' hard work?
Yes.
He almost gave it right back to us. The referees had to work overtime to make sure that the game went the Steelers' way.
Jeez.
When I got in a minor motorcycle accident myself, Terry, at age 16, I didn't want anyone to feel sorry for me, so I'm doing what I'm hoping he would feel like I did. Not only am I not feeling sorry for him, though, I'm really, genuinely hoping that the reports I'm reading this morning are not true, and he's hurt far worse than it says.
Well, 7 hours of surgery, I mean, that's a pretty big thing.
Oh, not enough. Not enough. And all he lost was, they're saying all his teeth. How do you lose all your teeth? All the molars go too? The reports are this morning he lost all his teeth.
Right.
It's almost impossible to lose all your teeth. I mean, that's the thing that survives plane crashes. They go through your dental records.
Right.
So how are these reporters saying he lost all his teeth? You want to explain that one? Somebody, please?
I can.
I mean, I'm hoping that's true. That would be kind of painful and cool. But I find that next to impossible to lose all your teeth. Maybe all the front ones.
Or maybe the impact just made them all fall out.
All right, well, let's hope. And then he had a jaw broken. That's fine, but it's not going to be a real injury that threatens his career, which is what I'm hoping for. And what else are they saying this morning? A laceration on his head. That's not gonna really stall his career out.
Right.
So that's not gonna meet my hopes and expectations for this accident. What else are they saying in the reports there, Terry?
Let's see.
I see a 9-inch laceration on the back of his head.
Right.
A little painful, nice, but not gonna stall out his career.
Right. And hold on here. I have the little listy thing. I got to
This morning they say the doctors say the brain, spine, chest, and abdomen have escaped serious injury.
Well,
you think you put leg in there though if it wasn't injured.
They did say that right now there are no other confirmed injuries.
Well, that's a damn shame.
So...
That's a damn shame. Not only from his standpoint, as far as what my hopes were for this accident for him, but also the Steeler fans. I want them to really writhe in pain themselves, thinking their golden great white hope there might not be able to play again. So this is completely against what I was hoping when I first heard about this accident. It's a damn shame. What a waste of a good accident on a person who deserved it by not wearing a helmet, riding his motorcycle all around town.
Right. Who had been warned many, many times to stop the risky behavior.
One, as I talked about, by his hero, Terry Bradshaw, who's the greatest quarterback in Pittsburgh Steelers history, called him an idiot for not wearing his helmet.
And they even say that the coach even had a conversation with him, too, saying, dude, knock it off.
Mm-hmm.
These pompous motorcycle riders think they're so good they don't. It's people that hit you that don't see you. That's where the accidents happen. It's got barely.
And some 62-year-old woman hit him yesterday, and they're concealing her identity. Some Pittsburgh resident, they're concealing her identity because these sniveling Steeler fans, they're concerned that these Pittsburgh football fans are going to go after her.
Yeah, that's sad.
Because she accidentally hit him when he wasn't wearing a helmet riding a motorcycle. They have to conceal her name so that no one throws a brick through her window.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not giving up hope.
Don't let the hope die.
My hope will not waver, Terry, as he's still in the initial stages of what may be a recovery. I'm hoping that it's the opposite, that it worsens and some unfound injuries are discovered today. If you hear in some kind of news report that, they discovered something they didn't pick up on, and all the hubbub, and sometimes these things take a little bit of time to be revealed, they determined that he has way further deep injuries than we first considered, that will be me smiling that you'll feel out there in the world.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mike, you're on the air.
Hey.
Yes, Mike.
Is this T-Man?
Yes.
Hey, don't you think it's kind of callous to be promoting the end of this man's career?
I said I would like him to not have his career ended. I think it would be much more frustrating for him if he could continue on in football, but really not have the skills anymore due to his injuries to be any kind of frontline player, to be a backup, mop-up kind of quarterback for the rest of his career. So that's my hope. So I'm not wishing for the end of his career. You're misquoting me.
Because if it's me, I think I would rather one of our linebackers break his back on the first play than him having a motorcycle accident.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like the pussy way out.
If you could promise me that, maybe I would be willing to let him heal then from this accident. If one of our linebackers could break his back on the first play, all is part of the game, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
But I would almost feel sorry for him then. I would almost feel sorry for him if it happened in that kind of football way, because those kind of things are unfortunate. Mm-hmm. These kind of things you have coming to you when you're acting stupid. Now, I believe in every man's right to do as he pleases, but there comes a line that you cross that it now ventures into stupidity.
Line that you cross.
And not wearing a helmet when you're 24 years old,
come across.
When you have a lot on the line like that, goes past the line of stupidity. Would you like another helping of fire there, Terry?
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think my voice is quite scratchy or low enough.
If Terry was sucking down balls of fire and hurt her vocal cords, would you feel sorry for her? No, you'd say she did it!
Balls of fire.
Great balls of fire.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Pennsylvania will now...
Do you love great balls of fire, Terry?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
The bigger, the better.
Oh, jeez.
Do you think that Pennsylvania will now go back to changing their helmet laws?
Speaking of great balls of fire, Terry.
Yes?
Changing their helmet laws?
Yeah.
It's not against the law in Pennsylvania to be riding a motorcycle without a helmet?
Right.
They made it optional in 2003.
Yes.
I hope that they make it a law that you can't wear a helmet. So that he gets back on his bike.
You're not allowed to wear a helmet?
Yes.
Sorry.
That if you ride a motorcycle, you're not allowed to wear a helmet, because obviously you're dumb enough if you live there. And
get that thing off.
Mm-hmm. And if he gets back on his motorcycle, I want him to have to deal with the same thing again. So
and no seatbelts for them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of great balls of fire, Terry, we're getting a lot of calls right now after he just spent, 15, 20 minutes on the line with us, Dirty Harry and Flowers, saying that they were in Mercer Street. We got listeners, actually, I don't know what's in their minds, looking at Mercer Street, going down the place that they claim to be at, looking for these two guys, and they're nowhere to be found.
What?
Well, then why do a calling? And
Is he
say
calling
you're
from his house?
there?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, Terry. Why is Flowers and Dirty freaking Harry calling up saying, hey, we're at the bottom of Mercer handing out bumper stickers. You actually have people out there wanting to go and find them. Lord knows why. And now they're calling in saying they're not there.
God, that's ridiculous.
Get these two on a motorcycle together.
No helmet.
Harris in the sidecar.
Oh.
Hey, make it right.
Belonging to 206
they turned off
719.
Now he went out. Okay, you know what?
What?
I'm going to give him a minute to listen into the program and realize I'm calling his phone.
Okay.
And then I will reveal the rest of his number, Terry, because you cannot interrupt this program with this big promotion on how you're at the bottom of Mercer. Where did he say he was?
That's what they said.
At the busiest intersection.
At the busiest intersection at Mercer Street in downtown, or right off the off-ramp of I-5. You can't come on promoting that, then have listeners, for whatever reason, getting all inspired to go out and find you and not be there, and then, on top of that, not take my call for us to figure out where the hell you are or what happened. So great balls of fire, crotch. I'm calling your phone, and I'm giving you ample warning. I'm going to call you one more time right now, and I'll give you one shot to pick up. I'll actually call now, and I'll hang up before revealing his number, but then the third time is not going to be the proverbial charm, Terry. Because the third time I call, if he still hasn't picked up,
yes,
to answer to where the hell he is, well, then I'm going to reveal his cell phone number so all the listeners who are looking for him can call for themselves.
Okay. Get stickers anytime they want when they can call him.
Mm-hmm.
3 a.m. Hey, I'd like a sticker, please. Don't you think it's kind of late?
Making sweet love to my wife.
Whoa.
Sweet
Nice.
love. Wow.
Arriba.
Chee.
Did I start this?
No.
They called us.
No.
This is the reason they do the RV not outside the station anymore.
Hello?
Hey, Flowers.
Hey, Dirty Harry, we just went to get some donuts and coffee for the listeners real quick down at Christmas.
Sure you did.
Nice a try.
Right.
No, I'm being dead serious. We went down to get donuts. We're right around the corner. We'll be there in 2 minutes.
We'll send one of you.
Why would you come on the air like you just did in the last segment, saying, "Hey, here we are. Hi there, ho there, whoa there. We're at the bottom of. We're at the bottom
We're trying to take it to the next level in radio. We're not just boring talent. We're down there providing fun.
But you're not there.
But you're not there. That's the point. You came on.
30 seconds.
You came on promoting. Were you ever there?
We'll be there quicker than a stripper and Rick can take off her top.
Oh, geez, that's a great line. Were you ever there? Is my question.
We were there for an hour.
You were there for an hour, and then you just went to get donuts. They want us to believe.
I have a quick question for you.
Do we have donuts? Yes. See?
Flowers is like, why did we get ourselves into this?
Is that what the hot patrollers are for?
Can you put Flowers on the line, please?
Demon, I'm right down the street.
Anyway.
Put Flowers on the line.
Maybe they could
All right,
send
Howard,
one to
you
get
want the
donuts.
coffee. He doesn't want Dirty Harry anymore.
If you're going to be on the air,
Dirty
I'd say that
Harry,
you're,
over and out.
I mean, people are going to be expecting you to be there right then and there.
Right. And
One of you stay and one of you get donuts.
well, I mean, again, the hot patrollers, aren't they not there helping out too? Because you know,
they're not.
Oh, Flowers.
Yeah, they're not helping out. We had to go get them on our own.
Oh, Flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We took your call when you called in.
Yeah.
Only because I was trying to figure out why guys who do an afternoon show would be up at this hour. You came on, you promoted how you were at the bottom of Mercer for whatever reason. Listeners got all excited to see their favorite afternoon drive time host.
Woohoo!
Ow!
There's no equal.
And now we get kind of bombarded with calls as to where the hell you are and why you're promoting you're there when you're not there. And you want to explain this to us?
Well, we were there for an hour. What happened was we're trying to promote this $100 KFC sticker deal every day at 5, and then a lot of people were starting to come down. Then it tapered off, and Harry came up with the brilliant idea of getting donuts and coffee for people.
You got a little table there then?
I don't know. It sounds like a little bit of a cop-out to me, Terry.
I don't know. He thought we're the only two out here, so I thought, well, this might be a smart idea. It'd make people happy, a little pick me up, and I thought, all right, let's go do it. And then we get a call from Pacey Dave getting all excited, so we're headed back.
And how much coffee did you buy, by the way? I mean,
now, like 5 or 6 cups there. Harry and I've been sipping on one.
boy, that's great for the busiest
So
intersection.
had Dave never have called, you wouldn't have gone back.
No, we were headed back, actually. We were making a quick little U-turn. We're trying to find the cheapest deal on coffee and donuts because I'm not going to get reimbursed probably. So.
So they're not Krispy Kreme as...
No, they're not crispy. They're kind of 7-Eleven specials, actually. But, you know, that sounded better to go to Krispy Kreme.
Sounds like you might have got caught with your hand in the donut jar, but that's all right.
Something to that effect.
But so you'll be there then from 8:30 until 3 today.
Yeah, pretty much, because we don't have anything else going on today. So
Right. I would think the people at KFC that are obviously sponsoring, I didn't realize they're sponsoring your little get-together down at Mercer, would like to know that you're there.
Right here, T-Man. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
No apparent reason.
Okay, yeah, you didn't just take off and head out for breakfast.
Yes.
Okay.
We're almost there. Do you guys want to bring back some donuts, coffee?
No, we don't want to hear from you. All right, thanks a lot.
Put on the traffic cam, see if they're there.
He's putting on the traffic cam. That's right, you can, can't you?
I still have Cube tickets for Summer Jam to give away this morning, Terry.
Yes.
I'm getting so sidetracked with all this other stuff. All this other nonsense. Clear the phone lines. Clear them all. Clear them all. Let out.
Startle.
It's so funny when people get caught slipping. I love it.
Uh-huh.
That is true. That's why they don't do the...
Not on my time, Terry.
I know.
Not on my time.
It is a great idea to have the donuts and coffee, but do it before you call in, maybe.
And I don't know how many people called Pacey Dave. I saw one. I could have been... All I need is one call to say, hey, they're not there.
Right.
And we're on that. Liars. Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
I want a little more enthusiasm than a Here I am promoting. I'm giving out Summer Jam tickets. Amanda, your history. Caitlin. Mm-hmm. Goodbye, Caitlin. Steve. Goodbye, Steve.
He was enthusiastic.
Janice.
Hi, team.
Goodbye, Janice.
Whoa.
Tina. Goodbye, Tina. Ryan. Goodbye, Ryan. What is it going to take, Terry?
I don't know.
You would take Summer Jam tickets.
Jason.
Hello there.
Oh,
so you gave us Flowers' number down to 100 combinations. Shall we start at 99 or 00?
Jason, you can do that on your own time, whatever. What did I give everything up to the last two numbers?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you did.
Jason sounds just creepy enough to sit and figure it out.
Yeah, he does.
Yes. How else can I be of service to you this morning, Jason?
Oh, that's really all I want.
That's all you want?
Oh, wow.
Well, good luck to you in breaking the code.
Man, let us know when you get it done.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Jason.
Hey, bye, Jason.
Didn't even ask for Summer Jam tickets, Terry. He's too focused now on figuring out the rest of Eric Flowers' cell phone number.
Yes.
Thomas. Dante. Zach. Charday. Richard. Avion. Nobody wants to respond, Terry?
I guess not. Surprising.
Maybe I'm saying their names before I actually punch up their lines. Maybe that's the problem.
Give it a try.
I think I'm doing it simultaneously, Terry.
I thought you were. But...
Is there like a when I punch up your lines?
Yes.
So when I say their names, all they're hearing is
Yes.
So it's really my fault that no one's responding.
Yes. I guess.
Ricardo.
Hey, what's up, T-Man?
There you go. Worked beautifully.
I gotta allow that little bit of time.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you, Ricardo?
I'm doing great.
Yes.
I'm on the schedule. I'm just making sure when you said my name, I just make sure you hear me.
Yes, well, you actually may have been the first to hear your name, and I'm just starting to figure this out. What can I do for you, Ricardo?
How about some Summer Jam tickets?
How about them, Ricardo? Are you interested in going?
Oh, yeah, I'll take my wife.
Yeah, that would be it with 2 tickets.
Like he's going to list off a bunch of people.
Right. If you're thinking of continuing on with the list, you'll have to buy some tickets of your own, and that wouldn't be something I would dissuade you from. Everyone out there should make sure they secure their own tickets and then continue trying to win tickets, Terry. That's the way you got to do it. You got to make sure you have your spot. Because Summer Jam's lower bowl tickets, the most expensive tickets in the house, are completely sold out.
Yeah, they're gone.
So you got to make sure, and I warned everyone about this, before the rest of the whole joint is secured and sold out, you got to make sure you get your deuce at least.
Mm-hmm.
And if that means just getting general admission Little Grassy Knoll tickets, do it. At least be in the building. Be at the facility.
Well, worth it.
Now, Ricardo, I bet, doesn't have his 2 tickets secured yet, do you, Ricardo?
Of course not, T-Man.
Well, don't sound all prideful when you say that, Ricardo. That's not smart.
But I will when you give me some.
That's pretty presumptuous, Ricardo, don't you think?
So what do you say, T-Man?
What's with the nervous laugh?
Yeah, I know what that's like.
Who's in the car with you, Ricardo? I'm hoping that's your child.
Who I have in the car with me? My little boy.
Mm-hmm. And where are you guys headed this morning?
We're headed to take him to daycare and then go from here to go to work.
What do you do, Ricardo?
I work at a tire center.
Yes. Are you a married man?
Yes, sir.
You said you wanted to take your wife, so I assume that makes you married. And how long you been married, Ricardo?
10 years.
10 years. Are you in love with this woman?
Of course.
Well, you shouldn't say it all like it's a given. A lot of married people out there, as far from in love as possible. But that's not you. You're in love with your wife.
Yes, sir.
You have a great relationship.
Yes, we do.
The lovemaking that she throws your way is as good as you ever could have expected lovemaking to be.
It gets better every year.
Wow! Every year. It's like clockwork, Terry. Hey,
Yeah.
March 5th again. Wow, what do you know? It got better the same day this year as it did last year.
It's great.
Wow, that's pretty exciting to know, Ricardo. What happens from year to year that it gets better? Is there anything you can put your finger on? That you can identify as the reason, or something that you can share with us as to why it's gotten better on a yearly basis?
It just does. It's just things that we like to do, and they just work differently. You know what I mean, T-Man?
Does that, am I reading too much into translating this as your orgasms get that much more powerful and impactful with every year that passes? Is that why sex is better, or is it just more complex than that? Is it pretty basic like that, a more powerful Ricardo orgasm, or what?
It just gets good.
It just gets good.
He has no idea why.
No, he doesn't. But that's what he tells his wife, and she's happy about it.
Come on, your son is loving this conversation. He needs to know.
Yeah, how does Daddy get it done?
Mm-hmm. Well, just answer me that, yes or no. Are your orgasms much more intense and impactful and powerful now than they were, let's say, 3 years ago?
I'm going to say it's probably 50% better.
50%?
Wow.
Well, Terry, if that's like a stock and you've held it for the past 2 years and it's gone up 50%, you're pretty happy as an investor.
I would say so.
That's a nice return on your investment.
It helps by staying with the same person for a long time. And I think it's just going to get better. It's only going to get better.
Wow.
Good attitude. The market will keep on rising. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to sell now. You don't want to sell. Maybe this is the high point, and you want to get out while the getting's good and cash in the dividends and cash in the stock.
No, because you never know what you get yourself into, T-Man.
Yes.
He's not a risk taker for other stock.
Yeah, you may sell this one, then try to buy another stock. Turns out to be a dog crap stock, Terry.
Yeah.
I bought pork bellies.
Mhm.
Have you seen my wife?
He's a long-term investor.
Yes, he is.
Well done, Ricardo.
So what are you going to say? You're going to give me some of those Summer Jam tickets?
No, you got enough. You got enough happiness already.
Yeah, it keeps getting...
What can we do to add to it? Nothing.
And next show, I'll give you 50% more.
Mm-hmm. You got all the happiness in the world. What is my little cherry on top going to do for you? Nothing. Let me give it to someone whose life sucks. Don't you think, Ricardo?
No, because this way she's like, yeah, she'll get pumped up knowing that I got her some Summer Jam tickets. And
Oh, is that right?
Together, and you never know what's going to happen after the show. you
Well,
know?
I never saw it that way. I didn't know it takes a Summer Jam extravaganza to get her all inspired to give you this 50% better sex. But if that's what you want, Ricardo, how can I say no? Oh, like this. No. Oh, gee.
Oh, wow.
Ricardo. Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
You sound like a nice enough guy. And nice enough guys are ready to hear the word no. So there you go.
Oh.
But I'm not going to say that to you, Ricardo. I'm going to tell you the news that you were hoping to hear from the moment this conversation started.
What would that be, T-Man? I'll see you there.
Don't get crazy now, Ricardo.
See you at the Cuba Cube.
Oh, yeah, the Cuba Cube.
You have Summer Jam tickets.
Wow.
You have backstage barbecue tickets.
Thank you.
You have a shot at $50,000 to be on stage, Ricardo.
Nice. If I win that, I'll share some with you.
Well, that sounds great. I love to hear a happily married man get that much happier, Terry.
Yes.
Of course, this could have a tragic ending if his wife runs off with T.I., but we won't be thinking under those kind of circumstances.
No.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it would be a ironic little twist and a little weird ending to the whole story here that Ricardo has portrayed.
Yes, Mr. Happy?
Mr. Happily married, all of a sudden, his wife gets caught locking eyes with Ludacris in just the right light.
Ooh.
And before you know it, she starts questioning the rest of her life and where she needs to go with it. But,
be a tough nut to chew.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that's close to the statement I was trying to say, but...
You're right. Did you congratulate Ricardo there, Pacey, in your little heavily breathed away?
Ricardo.
Okay.
Hey, congratulations, my man.
Okay. Yeah.
Backstage at Summer Jam.
Do we have a theme song for the for all these ladies that are coming down here to try out to be Briefcase girls? Shouldn't we have a theme song?
Yes.
Probably should.
Can we get working on that between you and the musical genius that is Stephen Kilbreth? Maybe by tomorrow morning, when we continue to see these ladies to try out to be Briefcase girls, we can have it like an official theme song.
Wow.
Not this one.
Oh.
Okay.
Briefcase girl.
She's got energy.
Oh, man.
Yes. And by the way, where's the Bitchler? I thought the Bitchler, according to the email she sent me, was going to be calling in today to throw her hat in the ring to apply to be a Briefcase girl.
Today was the day?
Well, that's the follow-up email I got, Terry.
So if by the end of this year's show she doesn't call, what's the status?
I'm not saying anything, Terry. I'm just saying that I was looking forward to her phone call.
All right.
After all this time, I was looking for... She even promised to unveil some dramatic changes that has gone on in her life since the last time we spoke. And now I got all excited to try to pry out of her what those changes are.
Wow.
She's a man.
She made it seem like, I was thinking maybe she got her dick removed or something. I don't know. So I would hate to think it was something as dramatic as, like, she grew out her eyebrows. That would be pretty severe.
Whoa, now that would be a dramatic change.
I don't think she could do that.
But the bottom line is, I'm excited to have the Bitchler try to qualify to be a Briefcase girl, Terry.
Right.
And the promise was that, at least the email said, she was going to call in today.
Okay.
To try to get the ball rolling on that. And so far, with most of the show now in the history of books, there's been no Bitchler phone call sighting. Huh?
Oh.
Right.
Now, the last time, though, we did hear anything about the Bitchler was the voicemail left on the white guy's...
That's right, yes.
The caller,
She
right?
dabbled in the white guy thing, and
Right.
it didn't necessarily sound like it worked out great, but that's all
work for everybody.
That's all water under the bridge.
Ah.
In the meantime, we do have an applicant outside that needs to be interviewed for the position that we're hiring for, Terry.
Good deal.
The position of Briefcase girl on stage at Summer Jam, and all the perks that go along with it.
Lots of perks.
Having that close to full all-access pass. Partial access backstage at Summer Jam. A lot more access than the people who win the tickets that get you to the Cuba Cube, Terry. Houston is waiting outside.
Good deal.
Vinny the Pooh went outside and saw Houston and has given me a very encouraging report on his analysis of Houston. Is that the case or not?
She looks good, yeah. She's short, little, compacted bundle of fun, it looks like.
Wow.
A bundle of fun.
Yeah.
Little compacted bundle o' fun is the way he's described Houston.
Very good.
Like a bundle of bun.
Wow.
Those are fun, too.
Bundle of buns, yes. Why don't you go fundle her buns, and since you seem to be a big fan of hers, go out, retrieve Houston, and bring her here in the studio so she can begin the interview process so we can find out if we can add another Briefcase girl to the mix of Summer Jam excitement.
I feel good about this.
You feel good about Houston's chances?
Yeah.
We haven't even seen her yet,
I
Terry.
know, but, I'm just hoping for a good vibe.
We had a tough day yesterday
Yeah, we did.
interviewing ladies. They were close, but no cigar.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm hoping for something.
Well, that's always a tough situation when you know girls are close to you, but they don't quite make the cut, and you have to tell them just that.
Right.
You feel good about Houston. Now she's walking in the studio. Still feel good about Houston? Terry, little East Side girl? Little compact fundle of buns from the East Side? Yes. What's that noise? What am I hearing?
Someone's phone is going off.
Someone's phone is going off?
Good chance it's
Would that be
hers.
the white girl on the couch? Is that your little fundle of phone?
No.
Houston?
Yeah. Check your phone.
Answer me!
It's not my phone.
Okay, just getting all nervous already. Can you please, what are you funneling with over there? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I was checking my phone.
Oh, all right. Well, you said it wasn't your phone, so why do you have to check it?
I don't know.
What's with this contradiction? Explain. Speak!
What?
I'm asking you why you have to check your phone if you're sure it's not your phone. You're not sure it's your phone, then. Is that what you're saying? It may be your phone is what you're saying. Aha!
Whoa.
Liar.
And Terry had good hopes for this interview. Already a disaster.
Jeez, I was hoping for good vibes.
Houston, what can I do for you? How can I be of some service this morning?
I want to be briefcase model.
And why is that the case? So, I'm getting the sense that these ladies that are coming down here, Terry, they want to be briefcase models not because they believe in the task at hand, that being the actual playing of the game of Deal or No Deal on stage at Summer Jam so someone can win $50,000 in the listening audience, but more because they love the prospect of being backstage at Summer Jam. They love being around the trailers. And T.I. just walked from one trailer to go say hi to Ray J.
Yeah.
And I was locking eyes with him as he did. It's looking at my watch. It'll be about 15, 20 minutes before I'm back in that trailer doing all kinds of fun. That's the sense I'm getting from some of these ladies that are coming down here. Not necessarily you, Houston, because I haven't necessarily figured you out yet. But I'm getting the sense from the people that are coming down here is they're not as excited to be holding the briefcase and being a part of Deal or No Deal. They're more trying to make sure that a backstage pass, you don't get to be backstage at a concert every day, Terry, in this lifetime of ours. So you can understand that may be their motivation, but it'd be the wrong motivation. So tell me why you're truly here. Do you like the idea of being backstage?
Yes.
I'm glad you are honest, because if you had answered no, I might have had to eliminate you right there. Do you like the idea of being backstage so much that you're willing to put up with this crap of being a briefcase girl? Is that your attitude here?
No, I want to be briefcase girl because it's fun to be on stage.
It's fun to be on stage at Summer Jam.
Yes.
It's fun to be the one capturing the attention of 18,000 people with all 18,000 pairs of eyes set on little Houston from the East Side. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Little Houston.
You won't? You're just a little kind of girl here. You're only 5 feet tall from what the estimates have been throwing our way, huh?
Yeah.
5 feet tall. And you believe that a briefcase girl... Have you watched Deal or No Deal?
No.
Well, if you've watched Deal or No Deal, and you think you would have done some homework on what you're applying for here, if you've watched Deal or No Deal, you would have learned that in the actual show on NBC, there isn't a briefcase girl, Terry, that I think is under 6'5".
Right. Okay, I know they do.
They're all 6'8" and above. Maybe one or two 6'5", 6'6". Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're all behemoth Amazon women. As far as their height's concerned.
Okay.
So why would you think that you have the goods to be a briefcase girl?
Well, I'm very short, but I have a very loud personality.
Oh,
to make up
jeez.
for that.
Now, if you've watched Deal or No Deal, you don't even know if these briefcase girls can speak English.
Right.
Because they don't say much. So if you had done your homework and done your research on these briefcase girls, you would know that Personality Plus is not anywhere near a plus. It's not even an issue.
Okay, well, I'm good looking.
Okay, now we're on to something.
Getting warmer.
Yes, good looking. Interesting. Please describe to the listening audience how your looks surpass the not just average woman out there, but the vast majority of women out there. Why are your looks so spectacular?
Well, I have a very big butt. I'm petite, but I'm pretty even, and got more of an exotic kind of look.
An exotic kind of look, Terry. Exotic works on stage, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
And actually, when I have to agree with Pasty Dave with the ethnicity call, I would assume she has some Asian in her.
Mm-hmm.
But she claims she's straight white.
You claim you're a straight white girl, and Terry Free, who is of an Asian descent, is claiming that you are either masquerading, hiding, for refusing to acknowledge any Asian heritage you may have somewhere within you. Do you agree or disagree with this statement?
I'm not Asian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then do you have some kind of ethnicity in your lineage?
I have like 1/32nd Native American.
1/32nd.
Oh, there you
All
go.
right.
Like a very small percentage.
But still, you have some ethnicity.
Yeah. My sister has blonde hair and blue eyes.
Now, speaking of your sister apparently is on the line.
Yes.
She is called in because I guess she's just sensing that you're just floundering here on the air. And she's trying to salvage any hope you have of being a briefcase girl. Is that the take you're getting? Because that's the take I'm getting hearing that your sister's on the line. I'm imagining she's listening, saying, oh, Houston is just falling over herself in all kinds of trouble on the air right now. I got to rescue her in some sense. Is that what you're picturing here?
No, I don't think so.
Then why is she calling?
I think she just wants to give me support or something.
I
don't know.
You two very close?
Yeah.
A little sisterly love happening there?
No.
Oh.
What do you mean by sisterly
Is she
love?
older or younger?
She's older.
How much older?
She's 5 years older.
And she doesn't look anything like you if she has blonde hair and blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you two adopted?
No.
You're full-blood sisters?
Full-blooded sisters.
You used to, grow up seeing each other naked all the time?
Because that's what sisters do.
And what did that do for you? Anything?
Boy, you really have mom's bunt.
Is her name Shalane?
Shalane?
Yeah?
What about Shalane?
Is that your sister?
Shalane's my friend, my best friend.
okay.
How do you know, Stephen?
I found her MySpace, I think.
Oh,
Weird.
Jeez, what a
You
weird
stalker.
Yeah,
Anyhow, all right,
definitely.
let me put you on hold. I got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have a little sisterly moment here.
Okay.
And a little sex over glass.
Oh.
I don't know how.
Or without the glass.
The white girl on the chair.
The T-Man.
What is it? Is our new theme song? Does this sound to you, Terry, like the sound of a song that would be coinciding with the finding of briefcase girls out there in the listening audience?
Hey, so you want to be a briefcase model?
Well, so do I. But I don't have the hips for it. Okay, anyway, we have Houston here in the studio. Did a lot of conversating with Houston. A lot of us did during the break, Terry.
Yes,
she
we
lives
did.
with her dad, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Whereabouts do you live again? Where am I going this afternoon?
Bellevue?
Oh, yeah. Okay, Bellevue. That's very exciting. And you have a serious boyfriend.
Yes.
But he's very disappointed that you're down here this morning. He's very disappointed with you.
Yeah.
Nothing like a girlfriend to just disappoint her boyfriend day in, day out. Is that how it works? Why would you be here if you're disappointing your boyfriend? Why would you make him so mad? Why would you make him have to give you a backhand across the face?
I just think wow. I think he's overreacting.
No, if he did that, Terry,
It's not
it
a big deal.
would be a terrible error on
Yes,
his
it
part.
would. Right.
But he would have no choice. Because he continues to disappoint him like that. Why'd you make me do that? He never has hit you, has he?
No.
Okay, because Terry Free, we could counsel you there. She's a very strong advocate for once hit.
Oh.
Never put yourself in the position to be twice hit. But it's a situation where you got to figure out why it happened and what you did to cause it.
Oh, stop
Once hit
it.
and twice shy.
That's just her thing, so.
So this boyfriend of yours, you're disappointing this morning, and you don't care, it doesn't seem like. You don't care that you've disappointed your boyfriend.
I care
Then why are you here?
because I want to go on the stage.
He doesn't want you on stage.
Well,
He wants to be with you at Summer Jam. He doesn't want you backstage, caravanning or just canoodling and doing all the stuff that 20-year-olds like yourself do backstage when they're in the presence of Bow Wow and they're in the presence of Ludacris and Team and all these other superstars backstage. Why would you put yourself in a position to make him that frustrated, angry, disappointed, concerned, all these other words we could throw out there that capture the essence of him right now and all the way through Summer Jam, ruining his entire summer? Why would you do that to the guy that you supposedly care about?
It's not going to ruin his whole summer. He's just.
Well, it is, but you don't acknowledge that because you don't care.
No, I care.
Let's say I make you a briefcase girl. And let's say he has to now think about all through the summer, it'll be consuming his mind of how his little hot-ass 20-year-old girlfriend with the tongue ring and the belly button ring and all the sensuality that you possess. He has to constantly think about how you're going to be backstage at Summer Jam.
Ooh, gawked at by all the guys back there.
Little Bow Wow's not so little anymore. He's checking you out, asking if you want a little bit of cantaloupe at his trailer. And you can't refuse because who are you to say no to Bow Wow? He's got to be thinking all these thoughts that are racing through his head on all these things his girlfriend is going to be a part of. Why are you putting yourself in a position to do that with a man that you care about? Do you really care about this guy or not? If you just said, hey, I don't really care about him that much, that would explain everything.
Yes, I care about him.
Do you see each other regularly? Do you live with each other?
No, I don't.
No, you live with your dad?
Yeah.
And he doesn't live in your house?
Mm-mm.
Do you have sex regularly with this boyfriend of yours?
Yes.
How often would you say regularly is? I want to see if your regular is equal to my regular.
Once a day.
Oh, not even close. Anyhow, once a day they have sex, Terry.
Wow, only once?
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's nice for Terry.
He can't get it done.
Well,
huh?
but that young, you would think that they would be
Terry's having
doing
sex right now. We can't even tell. She's unbelievable. She's the best in the biz.
Yes,
I'm
that
just
is pretty
saying,
good.
at their their early 20s.
Mm-hmm. Once a day. Sometimes, I'm sure, that's the average. Sometimes you make up for a day or two you've missed by doing it 4 or 5 times in a given day, right?
Yes.
And you love it. You can't get enough of it, can you? Cannot get enough, never satisfied, right or wrong?
Right.
Oh, jeez.
How?
You don't think Bow Wow's going to pick up on that? You don't think T.I. is going to sniff that one out? And these are the things that your boyfriend's going to be concerned with. Should I select you as a briefcase girl? He doesn't need that kind of drama. He doesn't need that kind of trauma. He doesn't need that kind of awama. He doesn't need that kind of...
I was waiting to see the third one. I have nothing.
He doesn't need... Obviously, I didn't either. He doesn't need that kind of stress in his life, especially during a red-hot Cube 93 summer.
I have a question.
So why don't you just resign as far as your candidacy for on stage at Summer Jam being a briefcase girl and recognize that because you love your boyfriend, you would never put him through that? Would you like to do that at this time?
No.
The Wama goes on.
Mm-hmm. The Wama continues.
Maybe he should, instead of being stressed about it because she is so good looking or whatever,
Yes.
he can be proud and say, yeah, my woman is so hot.
Not possible.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I told
Shoot
him that.
me down.
Well, he didn't obviously buy it because that's not the way men think. Men don't want to think that way because they know the realities of the world and they know how other men behave when they have positions of power. So, the bottom line is, whether he should be acting that way or he shouldn't, he's not acting that way, Terry. He made it clear to her he didn't want her coming down here. She disobeyed his...
Disobeyed.
Well, she disobeyed his hopes for her.
Well, but she is an individual person, so yeah, he can voice his thoughts and his opinions and so on and so forth, but...
Yeah, you're right. She's perfectly within her right as a woman in this world to take a stand and say, screw you, I'm an individual and I can do what I want. But, yes, it's everyone's right to do that. But if you're really, truly in a loving relationship, don't you make compromises, sacrifices. Don't you make concessions for the person you love if you really know it's going to ruin their summer. Yes, as an individual, you have a right to make up your own mind. But if making up your own mind just demolishes his summer, doesn't that stand for something if you truly love and care about him? Apparently not. So on with the interview.
Wow.
Well, and he knows that her biggest weakness is the penis.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa, really?
Stephen.
What?
Are you okay there?
That's what it says on her MySpace.
It says that on her MySpace?
That her biggest weakness is the penis. And he knows that, so that's why.
I think you're reading Paisley's MySpace.
That's just a joke.
Oh, you think it's a joke, huh?
Let me tell you.
MySpace?
Wow.
Your
Yeah.
MySpace.
MySpace
Does your
is a
MySpace
joke.
say that?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about jokes. When people make jokes like that, especially like that, there's always 75% truth to every joke that is made. So you may be all laughing when you type it, but you love the penis, and you know it, and it's your weakness, and your boyfriend knows it, which is why he didn't want you to get involved in this in the first place. So I ask you again, would you like to resign right now as far as your candidacy for being a briefcase girl, yes or no?
No.
Even acknowledging that you have the weakness for the penis?
He saw that. He
Weakness
knows.
for the penis.
He knows. He's seen my MySpace. He doesn't have a problem with it.
Look at these pictures of you on MySpace that Pacey just printed out for me. You in the little bunny costume here.
That's him.
Yes, it is. Poor bastard.
Kissing the other girl.
You trying to pee outside a moving car. That's nice.
Oh, boy. That's, class.
Wow. You pictured here during the girls-only slumber party. I'm sure your boyfriend should be well aware it was girls-only. Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
Yeah, records, pigtails, popcorn.
Now, with a name...
That's what I have in mind.
Look at me, I'm Sandra D.
Yeah.
With a name like Houston.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered the fact that you have no choice but to go into the business of being a stripper? I mean, that's obviously what your mother intended when she named you, right or wrong?
No.
She gave you a name that was tailor-made for being on stage swinging from the pole, right or wrong?
Tailor-made.
Wrong.
Huh?
Wrong.
Wrong? Anyway, your sister is on the line.
Okay.
I want to know why she's calling.
So do I.
What's her name?
Catlin.
Catlin. She got the name Catlin, you got Houston?
Yeah.
Catlin! Whoa. She got a meow to prove that she's Catlin?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Catlin!
Yeah.
Whoa.
What can we do for you?
Take my sister, T-Man. She's hot.
I'm looking right at her. You don't think I can make the determination for myself? Oh, I didn't realize what I was looking at here.
You needed Catlin.
Thank you, Catlin.
What?
Catlin.
Yes.
She got the brains in the family, is that right, sister? Catlin.
Yeah.
Would you like to say something to your sister at this time, who is smiling ear to ear, listening to you speak?
He said, don't worry about Johnny. Go all the way.
Don't worry about Johnny. There's plenty of them where that came from.
Sorry, you're only 20.
Yeah, I am only 20. I'm not marrying him.
Yeah,
I mean, who's Johnny anyway?
Yeah. Oh, she's already put it down. She's not marrying Johnny. So there you go.
So if Johnny comes to you, like, let's say later today, let's say a lot of Johnny's friends are listening right now, hearing that you don't care one iota that he
Nobody's
has a
awake
horrible
right now.
summer, yeah, whatever.
Oh, we can always call him.
Let's say that Johnny finds out through the grapevine. It's amazing how listeners don't think anyone's going to hear, and then they get,
I know.
Then they get completely surprised when all the phones start ringing in their house later on that day. Oh, she did this. Oh, she did that. Let's say Johnny. Catlin, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say Johnny says, you know what? I don't need to be treated like that by any woman who doesn't even deny or doesn't even acknowledge that she's not white. I would like to call it off right here. You've lost yourself a boyfriend. How would you feel about that?
Well, I didn't lose him. I know that he wouldn't dump me for this. He knows it's just...
Dump you for this? You mean the fact that you are going about the process of ruining his summer right now is not that big a deal to you?
He's just he was just upset, but he's fine.
He's upset. You don't care. He's fine because that's how you've convinced yourself that he is, so you could justify coming down here.
No.
So you don't think he'd ever break up with you because you're such a catch, or...
Well, we have
Johnny. He
Johnny.
wouldn't break up from me for
Johnny.
this reason.
Johnny's on the line. He has a nickname he goes by, Terry.
Yeah?
It'd be John.
Ah?
John?
Yes, Johnny.
I'm sitting here in the parking lot. I want somebody to come and get me.
Okay,
That's not Johnny.
Well, I know. Thank you so much for that, by the way.
Yeah, you're bright.
What's wrong? Okay, what's wrong with John? Why is he crying like that?
Wish I knew.
I think he's upset because when I overheard Dave talking to him, Pacey, he's stuck somewhere. And he's upset because he can't get home.
It's called poverty.
And he wants Pacey to come get him and take him somewhere.
Stuck in the abyss?
Or something.
Right.
Stuck somewhere.
John, what's
No, listen. I was brought down here to see Eric Powers and Dirty Harry on the street, and then I'm stuck down here. They left me. Everybody left me.
All right, Dirty Harry and Eric Flowers earlier on the program promoted the fact that they're down at the little Mercer high-volume traffic area.
Yes.
And John raced out there like any obsessed listener would do.
Right.
And now he's stuck because
they left.
They involved us in their fraudulent scams of convincing us that they're down there.
Right.
We got sucked in to buying into Flowers and Dirty Harry's fraudulent scam, and they're down there handing out bumper stickers. And now John has not a pot to piss in down there, and heaven knows he needs to take a whiz.
Right.
I'm stuck down here and nobody wants to pick me up. No, seriously, I'm stuck down here at Chandler's Bay. I don't know what to do. I need a ride or somebody give me a ride.
Okay, where are you? You're at Chandler's Bay?
Yeah.
Okay, if there's
across from the Marriott Hotel on Fairview Avenue.
Okay, if you want to pick up a guy who is...
Are you sure?
Just a perfect companion on any car ride to anywhere you may be going. Ladies and gentlemen out there.
My mom gave me a ride down here, and she got lost.
Okay. John, something tells me you'll survive, all right? Best of luck to you. If you don't survive, well, I've been wrong before. Okay, very good.
This is better than your mom's plan of leaving you in the woods, at least. At least you're in the city.
Yeah, better shot out there.
Should we even consider for a moment that her mom saw this as a very opportunistic moment to just make a run for it as far as the rest of her life's concerned?
Oh, hey, look over there. There's $1 on the ground.
I think I heard Dirty Harry and Eric are over there.
You get confused with all the big buildings and stuff.
Come on, please send me down here to pick me up, please.
Okay, well, the word is out there. If anyone's in the area that wants to pick you up, they can decide to do that.
Coming from the station, I know.
No one from the station is coming down to pick you up. No,
we're busy.
No. We have business to do.
We're doing a show.
Actually, send the president of the company down to pick him up.
What does your mom say when you call her and ask for a ride home?
Why don't you call your mom and just get her to pick you up?
That's what Pasty asked, and he said because...
All right, you talked us into it. The owner of Clear Channel Radio is on his way. All right?
You have to buy him lunch over there at Hooters.
Yeah, please. Come on, you can help me out.
Call your buddy gay phone operator. You got nothing to do.
Yeah, you'd be a big...
I'm in the parking lot right
All right,
now.
let's call gay phone operator. He has a car and nothing to do. Let's see if he'll pick you up. Hang on.
He can actually get out and about now and fit in his car.
Yeah, let's. He's got plenty of room now in his car.
Oh, gee.
Let's see if gay phone operator will pick you up.
The human Pac-Man.
T-Man, please.
We're getting you help.
Send Rob here. Somebody fucking...
Oh.
Gay doesn't seem to be picking up his phone. Gay.
Hello?
Gay.
Yes,
Are you listening?
I am.
Are you packing up right now a whole day's worth of supplies and heading down there?
No, I'm not.
Oh, nice.
You have nothing to do. You have a vehicle that's in perfect running order. Why don't you pick up your good friend John and save him from any kind of dangers that he may be in down there, please?
Because I'd rather have him be hit by a car.
Nice.
What a bastard.
John.
I have the time. I just don't want to do it.
He could care.
John, it seems Gay's not interested in picking you up.
What's that?
It seems Gay is not interested in picking you up. Did you just hear what he said?
Oh, how can I hear what he said? I'm sitting in a parking lot looking at a goddamn S10 Durango.
An S10 Durango. What?
Gay, would you like to repeat it for him? I guess he missed that.
John, I have plenty of time to come down and get you. But I don't want to. You get over here. And
We can't have that. Yeah, he's just...
Oh, man.
He just... John, you know you can't say that on the air.
All of those things.
What's so scary about a parking lot?
In the light of day.
I know.
It'll be fine.
What do we do with Houston, Terry? Let's make a decision on Houston. Pacey's already given the thumbs up like I even asked him behind the glass. He's a big fan of Houston.
A magnum-sized fan.
Terry, she's really tiny. I don't know how that translates on stage for the briefcase issues of the... Mike Schubert is what?
Oh, gee.
On your MySpace. I'm being told that one of our sleazier salespeople named Mike Schubert is one of your friends. Are you aware of who this person is and how he became one of your friends on MySpace?
I don't know who he is, but he just asked me, and I said, He just asked me to be my friend, and I said, yeah.
Yes.
So anybody can be your friend.
And they said, and by the way, friends kiss. Did he say anything like that?
No.
No? Well, that's coming. Don't be surprised when you hear that, all right?
No, Houston, this just feels right.
How did you guys meet in order for him to...
Since we're on the subject, Houston,
I don't know.
are we friends?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. You know, friends kiss. Oh, jeez. Anyway. Okay, anyhow. What are we doing, Houston? Terry, my vote is no. My vote is no on Houston. What do you think about that, Houston? How's that shake you up there, baby? I bet you're surprised by that. You thought I'd vote yes for you, didn't you? Ha! Anyhow. I would like to see what the rest of the votes are, Terry. What's your vote on Houston?
I actually like her. I think that I actually think she'd look good, all cleaned up with a little hot outfit on and heels. Why not?
Maybe we should call Mike Schubert, ask what he thinks.
Yeah, why don't you? Call Mike Schubert and see what he has to say.
She's really hot.
If Mike Schubert admits he just sent you a friend request and you accepted it?
Yeah.
Clear channel.
Available.
He's everywhere.
Can you please transfer us to Mike Schubert's line?
You will do.
So you're just randomly trolling around and just ask people to be their friends.
That looks like it.
Kind of how MySpace works, but who's counting?
That's great.
For single people.
Hi, this is Mike.
Hey, Schubert.
That's the point for single people.
Schubert.
Hello?
T-Man here. We're live on the air.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Nice to see you. I have a girl here in the studio who's applying to be a Briefcase girl on stage at Summer Jam for the Deal or No Deal little extravaganza. You're familiar with it?
I've heard nothing but good things.
Well, we were checking out her MySpace, and lo and behold, one of her friends on her MySpace account is none other than the very married and fatherly Mike Schubert. Now, why would he wind up on a very good-looking 20-year-old, very just reeking of sexual prowess and then some? Why would you wind up on a very hot-bodied, even though it's very petite, 20-year-old's MySpace account? How does that happen for a man like you?
I don't know what to tell you. No, these things happen.
I mean, not only do I want to know, but I'm sure if your wife is out there listening, she's kind of curious herself as to why you would make a friend request. She said you made a request, and she graciously accepted. And since then, you two are MySpace friends.
Right.
To the end.
Yeah, they have like matching tattoos now and everything.
That's right. So I ask you again, what could have happened that leads you to being on a 20-year-old from the East Side's MySpace friend list?
I don't know what to tell you. I'm a friendly guy. I welcome everyone with open arms.
No. It's not about welcoming everyone.
You asked.
You don't think Houston. Are you familiar with a woman named Houston there, Mike?
I am not.
Okay, right.
Because that's not her name on MySpace.
You don't think that you don't think that for whatever reason you asked him to be your friend, right? Is that possible that you may have asked him to be your friend or no?
Yeah, I never.
You never did that. You never do that.
No.
You just accept. You don't request.
Well, I request, but
not for guys like him.
Usually, like people from my high school and stuff.
People you know.
Guys from my high school.
I don't.
He doesn't fit into that. I don't.
No,
think.
like friends from my high school, people that I know.
Right. So
where'd you go to school?
Newport.
I don't know that.
Yeah, you're from the Tri-Cities. You wouldn't know Newport.
So again, if we could try to figure this one out, Mike, how you could have wound up on a very lusciously sexual body of a 20-year-old's little MySpace.
Man, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, these things happen.
These things happen.
Yeah,
so it's just by osmosis. Oops, there it is. Didn't know what happened. Can you think a little harder and try to figure out why this may have come about?
There must have been a reason you wanted her to be a friend.
Well, I don't know. Maybe like the same interest.
Same interest.
Same interest. What are your same interests?
If I remember correctly, I think she enjoys the same books I do.
Is my weakness the penis too?
Yeah. Mike loves juicy outfits and Nordstrom.
Mm-hmm. What books may you two have shared in common as far as interest? Do you know any books you've read recently there, Houston?
On my books, I put no books.
Yeah, perfect.
Trapper Keepers. Right. Is that your favorite one there?
Choose your own adventure books.
Right.
Maybe Schubert should come back here and meet his little
yes, Schubert. Since you only get to see her online, maybe you should come back here and tell us whether you give us a thumbs up or thumbs down or thumb wherever you want to put it on this girl as far as being on stage, as far as being a Briefcase girl. You want to come on back here now and put your sales hat off, take your sales hat off, and come on back to the studio?
Sure, I'll come on back.
Yeah, run, please.
And put the sleazy one on.
Mm-hmm. What a sleazy married man.
Dirt dog.
When you see him, tell him how much you want him. Tell him how you're ready to go right now. Either you or me. I'll have to do it if you don't.
Yeah, 229.
What
a dirtbag.
Just caught being an out-and-out dirtbag.
Yeah.
Where is he? He's not hustling too quick, is he?
No.
Not in the biggest rush. Got to make a phone call before he heads on back here.
Put out the old fire.
Do a little damage control with the wife.
Oh, honey, it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
God, he's MIA now.
It's probably their common interest in gymnastics.
Yes, he looks like quite the master of the balance beam.
Oh, yeah.
He's very flexible.
Don't worry about Cherry Free. Don't worry about her. What about your little friend Houston? You're so close.
Hi.
She wants to hug you. You want to hug her? She wants to hug you.
Sure, here we go.
Mm-hmm. She wants to play sex over glass with you. You want to take off your clothes?
I don't know if I have time for that.
He's a busy
I think Mike has a tall boy right now. I'm looking.
Yes.
Who doesn't?
You want to give her a thumbs up or thumbs down as far as seeing her backstage at Summer Jam or what?
No, I think it could be good.
Oh,
It could be good.
Someone needs to switch the decaf.
All right, thank you, Mike. That's as close as you're going to get to her, unfortunately, for you. Very nice. Good to know you're finding so many friends on MySpace.
Jesus.
Time to spread the wealth.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would.
Jeez.
If given the chance, he'd love to spread the wealth.
Oh, yeah, wide open.
The T-Man. This is
The text pages roll in all morning long, Terry. Text pages roll in all morning long at 97373. Don't you know? That's 97373. And somebody out there in the text paging audience has blown the whistle on our little friend Houston here, who is still in limbo as far as whether she'll be on stage or not, whether she'll be backstage or not at Summer Jam 2006, Terry.
All right.
Somebody writes, T-Man, or no, hey, T-Man. Hate to blow the whistle here. They put it in those terms exactly. Houston is straight up full Eskimo. I knew there was something. I know it was something we didn't put our finger on, Terry, because I put my finger on a lot of things on Houston. But as far as nailing it down, as far as straight up full Eskimo, I can see it now that I hear it.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't pick up on it myself. So you want to admit to us all and the entire listening audience that you are straight up full Eskimo? Yes or no?
I'm not Eskimo.
9/10?
No, I'm nothing.
No Eskimo whatsoever. So why is this person who sounds like they're speaking from a position of knowledge, why are they claiming you're full Eskimo if they haven't even seen you?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of weirdos out there.
Have you eaten whale blubber?
I've lied before, like when I meet people.
Have you had a
parties.
Klondike bar in the past year?
Her purse is made of ice.
Mm-hmm.
I've lied before.
You've lied about your nationality.
Yeah, because people
Like
keep
you're
bothering
lying right
No,
now.
I'm not. Why would I lie to the radio station?
Well, first you told Pasty you were nothing. You were straight white, but then you admitted Native American.
Well, 132nd. I mean,
You're still Native American. You should be proud of it.
Yeah, that gets you a job at the casino.
not enough to claim anything.
I know, isn't that a bummer? You
Yeah,
have to be 1/16th.
Yeah, you
You
do.
have to be like 1/8, I think.
No,
Oh, jeez. All right, whatever.
Really? Well,
Anyway, all fractions. I love fractions. Anyway, what to do with Houston as far as her being on stage? Terry voted yes.
I did.
Pasty Day voted yes. Hot Carl Scott voted yes. Stephen voted yes. Pasty voted yes. Kendall voted, I'm sorry,
said Pasty.
white girl on the chair. What's your name again?
White girl in the chair.
Voted yes. Yes. I vote no, so that means my no wins out.
Oh, yours counts as 10. So.
Or maybe I'll go, I'm going to put her in the maybe column, Terry.
Okay.
I'm going to put her in the maybe, and we'll get back to her on this.
Sounds good.
Because I want to. I get to the point where I got to see what other talent is out there.
Right.
And if I'm going to go with a full-blooded Eskimo on stage,
Hey, she can represent.
I got to make sure that she supersedes all the other women that are going to be coming down over the next few days and maybe even weeks if we have to get to that, until I fill out the final 7 or 8 or 9 spots that I have left on stage.
There you go. All
I
right.
can't just be frivolously handing out backstage passes to any Eskimo that comes down here.
I
You can't open up a
understand.
briefcase with gloves on made of seal fur.
After clubbing them first.
Is that not acceptable to you, Houston, that I'm giving you a maybe and we'll get back to you? Pasty Dave will call you with a response as to whether you're going to be backstage or not in about a week or so.
Call you
yeah,
anyway.
that's perfect.
That works for you?
Yeah, that works for
You
me.
like hearing maybe better than no?
Yeah, I like hearing.
Okay, because if you didn't hear maybe, you're going to hear no. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be on stage because you look nice,
Okay.
as far as Eskimos go. And
She could bring down some seal for the barbecue.
Oh, God.
I've been kissed by a rose. Anyhow,
Yeah, him too.
I'm sure she knows what we're talking about at age 20. Anyway, you a big fan of Seal? You have Seal's greatest hits?
Mm-hmm.
All right, sing one song by Seal.
I'm not gonna sing a song.
Well, all right, never mind. Anyway, you got nice teeth for an Eskimo. Anyway.
Wow. They don't have dentists up there in Alaska.
Anywho, we will get back to you as far as whether you make it or not In the meantime, you're twisting in the proverbial wind.
Twist.
Okay. Well,
but you do get a call from Pasty.
Yeah. But during their break, there's definite ways you could get on there, on the stage.
Whoa. How did Mike Schubert get on the line here?
Who's dirtier out of those two? That's a good one.
Hey, T-Man, can you put up pictures of these hot-ass women, briefcase bitches on the... briefcase bitches. We don't like that terminology around here, even though it's right on. Not really. Maybe. On the website. The answer is, I guess we could. We just don't really put in the effort.
Yeah,
we should.
We'd have to buy a camera.
We have a camera.
We do?
Yeah, we have plenty of cameras around here.
Yeah.
Right, now you got it back there.
T-Man, the reason you couldn't get a hold of Eric and Dirty Harry when you were looking for them is because they went down to the waterfront to commit homo hijinks.
Wow.
Brother. At the Crab House.
What else is interesting here from this morning? You're free to go now, by the way.
Okay.
The maybe is where we're going to leave it with you, all right?
Okay.
If you want, White Girl on the couch can show you out. Or White Girl on the chair, wherever she is.
Thank you.
She's just a white girl now.
Thanks for being here.
Nice to meet you, Houston. Good luck.
I explained to her that is a white girl.
Oh, geez. That is a white girl. You'll be walking out with a girl.
Pasty, blotchy skin. Come on.
All right. Not as white as Pasty.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I forgot. He's the original.
Different.
Yeah, nobody's close.
He's dead.